Poop.
Hello, and welcome to another Role Players. So excited to see you all. There they are. So excited to see you all tonight. We are a group of friends and actors here in Los Angeles playing the world's most amazing role-playing game ever invented, Dungeons and Dragons 5e. I am your Dungeon Master, Judd, and these are my role players.
Ha! Are you ready for adventure?
Hey, yeah.
Let's get it. Motherfucking D&D.
Oh, is it
D&D?
Is it motherfucking D&D?
Is it MFD&D? What does that mean? Motherfucking D&D.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you mean this?
Oh, you better hashtag that. Oh, who gave you permission to be so gorge?
The role players, get your merch, by the way, if you need this shirt. All right, well, let's see. We're so excited again to have you everybody back, of course, and look at that. Thank you. Oh, Timmy the Spork, our friend. As we dive back into our homebrew story. Before we begin, we do have a couple quick announcements.
Yes.
Genevieve, we're going straight to you. I'm so excited. Oh, yeah.
Are you ready?
Oh my gosh. We got a front row seat for this one. Oh
Thanks to our amazing sponsor, Skull Splitter Dog.
Skull Splitter.
So incredibly supportive of our stream.
And our journey since the very beginning.
We're excited to continue our partnership with them.
TRPSS15 for 15% off your order. They have new stuff every month or so check them out regularly. Again, that is
Skull Splitter.
Wow.
Guys.
Let's see that axe. Put that axe right in front of you so we can see it. Oh, yeah. That's a real axe, everyone. It's a real axe.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's super real. I'm just
Very dangerous.
Don't kill yourself with it. Yeah.
Do
All
not.
right, get that exercise in, though. Get that exercise.
That's an Urukai axe right there.
It is an Urukai
I'll put
axe.
makeup on them next week.
And
Oh, yeah.
Brent.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
I do have an announcement.
Did you have something?
Guys, we're partnering with Extra Life. We're trying to raise some money for the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles. Our link's in the bio below. Give what you can and help us save the kids. We're gaming for the kids, guys. Are you ready?
For the younglings.
I'm ready. And then I'll do the last one. We have, as I mentioned before, our big 1K follower here on Twitch giveaway. It just went live tonight, so look in our socials for the link, and I think maybe Ashley will put it in chat if that's possible. But check it out, and you can do all the things like follow us on all the different social medias. You get entries, subscribe to us here, you get extra entries. We've got all kinds of stuff, you guys. We've got of course, we have stuff from our partners, Skull Splitter Dice. We've got a cool dice holder that's like a skull. I don't know if we got the skull or the one with horns, but it's dope. Check that out. Dice, a dice tray, Terp merch, like this amazing shirt. So get in there, do all the things, get all the entries, and good luck to all of you. I think that's all we got. I think that's all I got. That's all you guys got? That's all we got.
Yeah, that's good.
You know how it took me a little while to catch Terp.
Oh, the role player.
Sometimes I rhyme fast, sometimes I rhyme slow, and I just rhyme slow on that one. It took me a second. I was like, Terp.
Pretty
what is
sure
Oh,
Ashley's told me not to say that publicly. I'm sure that's cue of getting like nasty text, but
Also, Maryland, the terps were cool. That's like the turtles.
Yeah, the turtles, the Turpins.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Maryland Terps, the Turpins.
Yeah, there you go.
Is that a sport?
Turtle. Yeah, it's Turple. Is it a sport?
Well, a turtle's
No,
not a
you're
sport.
talking about a sport team.
It's the University of Maryland. They got these
Sport
crazy
team.
helmets.
But for us, it's
got
the
it.
role players. So
Yes.
we're chirping it up. All right, everybody. So grab some ale. Get
chirping
ready
and
to
turping.
adventure on tonight's episode of the Role Players.
Wow.
They're back.
wind and the waves, the sun and the sky, the earth and the water, where dreams come to life, where all imagination gives you a sensation to explore. Mystical creatures roam this world. Stay close to each other. Teamwork is your mother. Be safe and find your way.
And
You're right. I was totally overthinking it.
yes, you are.
Dude, teamwork is
all
your
right,
mother.
everyone. All right.
Teamwork is your mother.
Teamwork is your mother, everyone.
She's your mama.
She's your mother.
That's Mr. Reed's.
She's your mama.
Engage synopsis, John. All right. Last time in the lost continent of Anachrony. In all
Roll
seriousness.
your R's and slur your S's. That's the Chicago way.
All right. I got to pull it in. All right, everybody, we're going in. We're going in.
Yank us in.
We're going in full throttle. Here we go. Last week in the lost continent of Anachrony, having arrived at the crystal pools, and after a quick argument, Rika dove into the largest of the pools, only to have a massive shape explode from the water behind her. Using its horribly gross and long tongue, it wrapped her up and sucked her inside, swallowing her whole. The rest of you engaged the monstrosity, with several of you being held in its powerful tentacles. Erisette soon joined Rika inside the belly, and with Seville unable to break free, all hope was starting to be lost. However, finally the battle started to turn, and relentless attack after relentless attack, Keon, unwavering, holding your ground, you managed to, even when the creature leapt in front of you, you managed to land the killing blow. The nearby fish people then approached, giving you all a bit of a pause, only to see that they are now starting to perhaps worship Keon as they all bow down.
Rightly so.
Yeah, I mean, seems legit. But the rest of you decided it was time that you took a long rest. Keon, you had a moment where you tried to reconnect with your god. Nerisette, you were given a vision of a hidden door near the falls. But your long rest was cut short by a horrendous noise. Watching trees snap and fall, Hortzak rallied everybody to the boat, and just in time, as a massive, and I mean fucking huge crocodile, where its belly was grazing the top of these tall trees, started giving chase. Seville and Faruka and Keon all grabbed an oar, and when you did a strength check, what did you guys get? 3 nat 20s. 3 nat 20s.
Baby.
Never seen that before. That was so cool. Causing the boat to pull away and get you guys to safety. Following her vision, Erisette led you through a thick fog to a spot where you found a secret door. Well, at least where it was supposed to be, but there was nothing there but dirt until Hortzak said, "Dig!" And you all started to dig, and you uncovered this white stone, almost marble-looking door with a diamond impression in it. And Seville, you remembered you might have something that fits that. And Erisette, pulling from the bag of hiding this purple kind of amethyst-looking crystal with a spiral on it, inserted it in, and it lowered down into the ground, forming stairs. And everybody moved quickly into the tunnel. Behind you, the stone rose up, sealing you inside. And that, my friends, is where we find you tonight.
Well,
And nope.
Not it, and I run away.
Yeah.
Where? Where do you run away?
It's gonna be good now.
I'm just finding my music.
We didn't cover up the hole. I hope they don't have
everybody
another
goes
crystal.
Let's hide in the cemetery.
Oh, we did. We didn't.
The thing sealed up behind you.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But we dug down into the earth.
You dug down to reveal the stone. That's right.
Nice. I slam my fist against the stone. I'm like, oh my God, we're locked in here. And without nobody looking, I go.
Well, and as you remember, the last thing that really happened was Hortzak lit a torch, and it was like behind you as this orange light flooded down this hallway, and you see there's that same kind of white marble looking stone with these veins of silver streaking through. You had just caught sight of what looked like maybe some carvings on the wall down the way before suddenly you saw the flame get sucked towards the wall and the flame goes out. And for a second, nothing happens. And then the silver illuminates as if a wave traveling down all those veins. It lights up for a second, lighting up the entire hallway and then going to darkness once more.
Dad, I immediately look to see if there's any writing on the walls, anything, any carvings, runes, or anything like that.
Oh, there's writing on the wall.
Roll a perception check for me, Erisette. At disadvantage, because right now there's no light source. You do have dark vision, but...
8.
What'd you get? 8?
8. Well, but with my modifiers, my handy modifiers, I'm still like at 11.
Murder.
You definitely don't see any writing here. With, again, there's not a single light source in this. The veins that lit up have gone dark, and now all you see is this kind of black and white, like a grayscale of this hallway elongating into darkness ahead of you. You do see maybe the faint outline of something jutting out from the wall ahead, but that's all you see right here.
Can I make something in my hand and help everyone see a little better?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Rika creates this flame. And Rika, as you create this magical flame, after a moment you see it just starts bending towards the wall. And you see it's just getting absorbed into the wall, and the silver, once again, lights up, going down the length of this hallway. And as it continues to stay lit in your hand, the silver glows brighter and brighter. All of you see that there are indeed some carvings on the wall down about 40 feet down this hallway.
All right, hey, Rika, keep doing that. Let's take a look at these carvings while we have a chance.
I knew it.
Right.
I knew it.
Okay.
All right.
So you're all moving
Looks
down?
magical.
Can I
focus.
carry the flame in my mage hand so I don't have to walk any further?
I mean, you cast it in
Probably
your hand,
not.
so you're going to have to keep it there, yeah.
Hold
Okay.
it. Does she need to stand at a certain point to have it lit to be absorbed to the wall? As long as she's near the wall, that absorbs it.
I mean, tell me what you're doing. We'll see what happens.
Hey,
Right.
Rika, try walking a bit. See if it's only this spot.
All right. So I take about 10 steps forward and I kind of lean around, raise it up and down. What's happening?
You all watch as this flame is just kind of swirling and going up at the top, just bends over and is just feeding into the wall. No matter where you move it, and when you're traveling down, the wall just seems to be absorbing this light. And
Did it absorb the light from the torch as well?
It did.
Or is this potential? Okay, so it's not absorbing magic, it's absorbing light
For heat.
or heat.
Is anybody cold?
it's a little cold in here. It's not terribly cold.
Probably refreshing.
Crisp.
Yeah, and as you remember, the air definitely is stale, but it didn't have a musty or kind of a dusty. It was stale, but still kind of like remotely fresh. Considering it seems to be quite old.
DM, what are we standing on? What's the
It's
ground?
everything in here is this cut stone.
Okay.
Now that you can see, like the floors, the ceiling, the walls are all. It's almost like somebody bored out this solid white stone. Actually, roll an investigation check if you want to.
I'll look. I'll roll one too. Oh well, hey,
27.
nat 20.
Oh, come on, you take it then.
But it comes out to 27. So however much
okay.
that does.
Oh, let's defer
Wow.
to the nat 20.
Well, you both see it at the same time as you kind of, now that the hall is illuminated and you get down and you look and you can see that it is actually made of these stone tiles, but they're fitted so close together, and the veins of silver, though clearly not the same vein, they all meet up. It's just like some amazing jigsaw puzzle that went into building this place.
Can I try? Well, they're all hewn and set Or is it
Yeah.
like, are they removable pieces?
I mean, you can try, but I mean, there's almost no gap. At first, it looked like a solid
So it's
stone.
flush.
Yeah, it's very flush, and they're
Okay.
pressed up next to each other. You can just barely detect the cuts of the stone.
Interesting.
The precision is impressive.
That's nice. Good work. Could use
Careful
that.
for traps.
I don't spend many days inside stone. Well, I do spend days inside stone buildings, but I'm not really a good eye for traps. Anyone here
I
good
got
for
these.
traps?
I got these. Let me try here. What is this? Anybody know the? What are these ruins? What are these symbols? Anybody read this language here?
I'll take a look.
Okay.
Arcane, is it a language?
As you go down, you can see they're not runes. They're images, and they are. They're coming out of the wall by a couple inches. Like the wall has been carved around these images, so they're kind of in relief here. Relief, I think so. And the first thing that you see, the first image that you come upon, looks like even if you just look at the whole thing, it looks like it's telling some sort of a story. You see the first kind of set of images. You see clouds and what look like floating islands with some type of castles on top of them. And the next one looks like maybe a portal of some kind, and you see a humanoid with wings coming out of its back. And
Angel, demonic.
looks more angelic. There are others behind it, and it's holding these like small piles of. It looks like crystals, like these small crystals, like these delicate crystals. Like it's holding them in this, like it's presenting almost.
So their hands are full of diamonds?
I mean, they look more, instead of like a diamond shape, they're more like these rods of like 2 to 3 inches. The next one, people wings out, engaged in a battle with something, but you all notice at the same time, whatever they were fighting has been blasted out of the wall. When all the rest is coming out of the wall, there's a section of the wall that has been blown away and is just carved out. And then the last one is a series of the same person, a winged person landing, like in the air, then landing, then doubling over, and then becoming a large crystalline shape. And with like lines emanating out like it's glowing, and that is all you see.
So whoever fell became a crystal is is the description?
It's hard to tell. I mean, it's just somebody was flying and then landed, then doubled over, and then became a glowing crystal.
Tim, do I recognize any of the iconography from any of my religious studies? That like any of this narrative, maybe some of the imagery
check for me.
Does any history pop up with any of this?
4.
Oh yeah.
Keon, no. Faruka, you can roll history check if you want.
Wait. Where is history on this? I can't find history. Hold on, I gotta scroll up. That is 25.
25. You've had several conversations in the past talking about celestial presence in the swamp. You even recall the conversation you had with Hortzak about a special temple that he found that seemed to be celestial, perhaps in nature. There's a lot of rumors about an angel type of entity that has, in the past, distant past, nothing current, that has visited the swamps. But there's not a lot of information. That's all you know.
Hortzak, did you see anything similar to this when you picked up your fancy crystal?
Well, I was just looking around, and the stone looks the same, though it didn't glow at the one I found. But it had the same silver running through it, but none of this imagery with the wings and that sort of thing.
Wait, does your crystal match the ones on the wall?
Oh, and he goes and pulls it out again, and it does. It looks, he's looking at it, and he's looking at the wall. Well, it looks really similar.
Make a note of this.
Arasat, we might know part of this story here.
I think it's Valka.
I don't think it's Valka. I think, you remember what Geisel said about Drevin, the Archmage and how he may have trapped Celestials to cause the departing.
Yes.
This scene looks strange. Perhaps I'm trying to connect 2 points that don't, but he mentioned something celestial, something with this Archmage, something with Drevin. We've seen a lot of celestial material, even corrupted, and I'm wondering, this might be something necromancers are trying to undo to free Funuj, or trying to corrupt or do something to bring him back.
My first thought was it had to do with the departing as well.
Yes.
But what could have blasted out this scene and why?
Is there a particular, I don't know, I don't really keep up with angels much, but do you know of any great battles in the past, or any, well, it depends. How old is this place? You know? Or?
Well, I mean, remember, this is, Anacrely is old, very old. Eriseth speaks Celestial. I don't.
No language anywhere. Or see
But
anything.
it seems to be a scene that's missing, DM, right?
Yeah, there's one, whatever it's clear they were battling something. People look like, there's one main angel with a sword out, very reminiscent, Seville, of the vision that you had.
With the Black Dragon and Velka, yeah.
Yeah, but there's no, whatever the people were fighting, and there's some smaller figures as if they were kind of surrounding this thing, but it's been blown out of the wall, so you have no idea what it was. And interestingly, there's no rubble either.
I was gonna ask about that.
I run across everything, and I try to see. I do a history check myself.
Are you also trying to, are you investigating, or just want to do history? Like you're just trying to take it in?
Both, like an insight check, I guess. Like just seeing what I can tell.
We'll do a history check then first. But if
we're approaching anything, I definitely want to look for traps before we advance.
Okay.
And I do want to take out Anuil, Valka's sword, and I just want to see if I get any emanations, any celestial radiance, and it also casts some light. So as I'm investigating as well, I'm hoping that helps me out.
Okay, we'll come right back to you, Seville.
Yep.
Eriseth, what'd you get?
Do I get, because I'm in favored terrain technically still, do I get advantage on this or no?
No.
That's a 10.
Yeah.
Swamp adjacent?
Good try. Give you points for trying, but I give you no information for that roll. So no,
I'm
you.
like a coupon flipper, right? I'm like, could this work? Maybe I see it's expired, but maybe, and you just like hope that it might.
No, you don't know anything, Eriseth.
Yeah, I figured that when I got
Yes, Keon.
10.
Just to wind it back a bit, I heard Seville mention an Archmage. I've heard of this Archmage.
You have not.
What was the Archmage's name?
Drevin.
Drevin. Okay, this is a far shot, but does any of my knowledge of the swamp have any recording of a battle that came up that was ancient? Anything with...
I mean, you already rolled a pretty good history check, but
nothing.
But no, there's just not a lot of information, especially in the circles that you've been in. Even though you've been out looking for information and magic, but you haven't come upon anything.
Hey, folks, did you know about any flying castles? I mean, it's impressive if they can do it, but still, why keep a castle in the sky? Ground's good enough. But anything?
I had a vision at one point. I don't know if they're connected. It was very beautiful. It was a beautiful place, and it was in the clouds. I don't know if they're connected.
Did you have a terrain that it flew over, or is it a particular area that it was hovering over?
It wasn't in a dimension. It was in a totally different dimension.
Different dimension?
Yes.
A demiplane, maybe.
Demiplane? What's a demiplane?
I'm not exactly sure. Like, a demiplane is a crafted arcane hold. Like, usually you'd set it up in, like, the ethereal space or astral.
Yes, that sounds just like what I visited. It felt ethereal and astral and in space.
Then it's not in an acroleaf. Then it's
No, it wasn't.
far from here.
Yes, but it's accessible from here. I accessed it. I was in a portal. Just after we were in Makutha, I went into a very, very powerful or magical portal, and I saw a vision of just the white, pure peace I've sought as a balm to everything that's haunted me in my visions.
Then it's probably a crafted realm. Conjuration and travel of that means is far beyond me, so I do not know of a portal that we could use to get there, but maybe this place will give us a little more information. We could pinpoint this.
And I'm taking my fingers along all the silver carvings, Judd. I'm just tracing them all absent-mindedly as I'm talking to him and just seeing where they go. And I guess that's an investigation.
Yeah, roll an investigation check for me.
I'm moving ahead with mine.
What'd you get?
I got a 21.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah. So
I like
interesting. Erisette, as your fingers go along and you're just gently touching everything, your hand passes over the pile of crystals in the carving as the angel's stepping out of the portal. And everything has this slightly soft, rough kind of feel to it, and then suddenly, for just a flash, it's super smooth. And it kind of catches your attention. You come back, and the end of one of these crystals that's kind of at the bottom of the pile, you look up closely, and it is worn very smooth. The edges are just a little bit softer than the rest of the crystals around it.
Ah, I found something, Seville. Come look.
I'll make my way.
What do you think? Should we push it?
Is this detached in any way, DM?
No.
The button? Hold on, let me move back a little bit.
Let me
I'm
see
going
if
with
it's
Veruca.
let me see if it's trapped. Let me just take a look at that for a minute.
You rolling investigation?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Nice. 23.
You don't see any traps. You do get down and look, and you missed it at first, but it has the faintest gap around this one crystal that's kind of slightly poking out. It looks like it might depress inward.
Let's do it.
All right, you
Stand
go
back.
there.
Stand back, all three of you.
I'll use my mage hand.
Good idea. Stand back.
We
all
don't have
of
to be
us.
too close to it.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. And
Well, back away.
I summon my mage hand, which no one can see,
Right.
and
And the moment
Undo it.
you feel through the magical connection, the finger touching that crystal, pushing in, clunk, you hear this noise. It reverberates. It shoots up the hallway at you, and then you hear.
Yes.
And you look down at the end of the hall. You see there's a door that is split open. The end of the hall looked like you hadn't gone down there, but you could see it well enough. It just looks like the hallway dead ends. But you see it just split open, and this air, like pressurization, kind of rushes out, and the door has opened.
Is the air foul or fair?
Do an investigation check for me.
I already have my dice, everybody, because I knew he was going to ask that, so I had to.
Air's not so
See how
foul.
you are
then.
so prepared.
And that's a 7.
Don't follow your nose.
But I've got. I've got me.
We all have
modifiers.
noses, though.
Well, me. That's a 10. That's a 10, and I think this is my karma for being like
Oh my
chatty.
Also, we have noses. Do we really need to be that investigative?
I mean,
don't know.
it
I don't know,
depends.
but it
Like,
Depends how
depends.
well you can smell.
yeah, I mean, it depends on where your focus is. If you're paying attention, if you roll really well, you might detect something that you wouldn't normally pay attention to.
And if you roll a 10 and talk smack to the DM, you're probably gonna like not
You're
notice.
fine. The air is fine. It smells great.
It's fine. All right,
No,
let's,
but seriously, the air
let's approach it.
the air smells dry and stale. It smells a little more stale than the hallway did before.
But not much in the way of
dry.
like a stench or like
Nope,
a
there's
taste.
nothing.
Just-
There's nothing foul at all.
All right.
More like musty, as in like library smell.
It's not even musty. It is because there's no dust around here. You noticed when you first came in. This
Yeah.
has an ancient feel, but there's literally no dust in here.
Are there any animals or plants at all?
Nope.
Come on.
Seville, send you in first. We'll follow along.
I'll go up, and I'll check for traps and all kinds of goodies as I go up.
All right,
As I
well-
pass by the thing with the we're looking. There was one with an island, like water, an island, and a floating city, right?
No water. There are clouds. You just see like
clouds,
shapes
okay.
of clouds, and then you see these floating islands with castles on
Okay.
top of them.
Okay.
And you said there was like something further out that was protruding from the wall.
All of this is protruding, like the
all
wall has
that.
been carved back from it, so it's embossed. It's
Oh, yeah.
But not like a lever or
Bas
anything.
relief.
bas
I hate
relief.
the term bas relief.
I think I said relief earlier, but yeah, bas relief if you want to.
Did for sure. That's how tight you are with the term
My
bas relief.
my fine arts minor coming into play now. Or my art history minor. I can't even remember. It's been a while.
Fine.
All right,
That
Seville.
impactful.
Yeah, super helpful. Roll investigation as you move forward to see what you see.
Can I aid him to give him advantage?
Sure, if you want to go up with them and.
Yeah, I'll aid him.
All right, go ahead and roll. Roll again.
Cool.
I actually moved to the rear, DM, by the way, to
Okay.
protect the party from anything coming from the other end in case while they're.
You got it.
18.
18. You don't see anything. The stonework here is, again, it's so smooth and consistent, and you don't see anything that triggers in your mind that there's some sort of trap here. You make it down to the end where the door is split open and has swung towards you. And ahead you see it's revealed a small room. It's really just a spiral staircase that starts to wind down.
But is there anything above if we look up to the ceiling? Or
No, the ceiling continues same height.
oh, so okay.
Hey, Seville,
Hey.
you guys took that crystal from the necromancers, right?
Yeah, that's right.
What do you think the odds are that they've been down here and they're the result of scratching out whatever was on that wall?
It's possible if they were looking for a crystal or defacing it, perhaps, or doing something, trying to get through. But
Maybe
it's
they didn't
also,
get to this part?
I doubt they even came down this way. Their leader, Kolska, he was upset with the necromancer that we killed and took the crystal from. They need it for something, so they couldn't have come down this way. I mean, stay alert, but I think this has been untouched for some time.
Do you think maybe they needed the crystal to get into here?
Unless they found another way in, yes. I think they need the crystal to get into here.
They didn't know about it. A little voice makes you all jump as you've forgotten Ciara is with you.
Yes, we have.
Hey, I totally forgot.
Yeah, and everybody kind of spins around and looks at her, and she's standing next to Hortzak. She's like, as far as I know, they didn't know about this. I've never heard anybody
They're
mention
near
it.
them all this time. They didn't even know about it. Right under their noses.
Do you know how much
I want
they've
you to know
explored?
there's hope. There's hope. They could be under this could be under their noses all this time. They wouldn't even know. And the
think we're
vision
right.
came to me and helped me find it. We must remember we're mightier than we think.
Do you know how much they explored, Ciara? Like of this ruin?
I know that some were definitely exploding, and in fact we're right over their noses. I'm sorry, I don't know your name actually. And
Erised.
Erised.
Technically, yes, over, but that's really picking on something very fine point
No,
for somebody
I'm-
of your age.
I think you missed my point. We're right at the fall. If you go over the fall, right where we found this entrance, the temple is at the bottom of the falls. So we're right over that temple, roughly. It's close by. We did search the area, as far as I know, but they didn't find anything.
We have to go through this. We
Hold
go
on.
through this.
No,
We can
and
go
they
into the
wouldn't-
tunnel from underneath. No, I'm sure of it.
Hold
This
on.
is
Yes,
the tunnel.
hold on.
It's a
Might need a
tunnel.
rest.
We
Hold on.
are going down. Hold on. Faruka, go ahead.
One, if they don't know this section, we're in a pretty safe spot. Assuming they haven't found the staircase in CRI, assume that they haven't.
As far as I know, nobody knows anything about this place.
No, they would have needed the crystal to open this place.
Perfect.
We should take a rest.
Yes.
We could. Let me go down, or at least a little bit, to see. I don't want anything
At
sneaking
least
up
to,
on us.
to the bottom of this section. We check in. I look at Keon in his big metal clinky suit. Keon, you don't mind staying up here for a bit? I mean, protect the rear and all that.
Sounds good to me.
Perfect. Seville, do you feel comfortable going alone, or do you need a hand? I'm
think
not.
I'm available. I'll never miss a good adventure. You know.
All right. Hortzak and I can go down. I'll definitely lead.
Okay. Hotzak pulls his big battle axe off his back, kind of spins it. And lead on. And
Could you go quietly, Hortzak?
I can try.
All right.
All right. So yeah, he'll roll.
You'll roast.
He's a barbarian. He doesn't. He's not wearing plate mail or anything.
It's got decks.
Yeah. He's quiet. Don't be harshing on
Alright.
Portzak.
And as they go,
Big boy. I don't.
He is a big
as they
boy.
go, as they go down, if like it's a spiral staircase, right?
It is. Yeah.
Is there a perch that like we can look over and like? I mean, I have a bow. Ari has a bow. We could like overwatch and like guard them as they go down, just in case.
You
anything
go up and you look over because it's really cool. It just descends into the floor. There's no railing. There's nothing. It's just like all of a sudden the floor starts to kind of spin downward, and you look, and because it's a spiral staircase, you can see down just like 10 feet to the first kind of turn, and that's all you can spot from here.
Oh, so it's,
Faruka, can you send
yeah.
your hawk friend down there?
it's dark, right?
It is.
He could try, but he's not meant to be seeing in the dark. He's a daytime bird.
The hallway is
honestly
still
think
lit
you're right.
behind you, but I mean, Rika, where are you standing? Are you coming close to the stairs, or kind of staying back where you were?
I'm close to the stairs, but I'm not going down them.
Okay,
I'm
well
just-
then, as you
over.
move along, the energy from the flames that you're still producing, it enlivens the walls, and so it's glowing kind of with you. You can see now where you came in it's getting dark now. It seems like it can only go so many feet on both sides of you, like as you're powering
Okay.
the wall. But as you get closer to the stairs, you can see this
step away from
light
the stairs.
just starts moving down.
I grab Rika and I say, I think you were right. We should rest first. I don't know about you, but I'm hoping that I will have a full readiness for whatever we meet below. This might be our only chance to rest.
They don't know we're here. I think we should just rest right now. We don't need to investigate. We could get caught.
Well, if you keep standing near the stairwell where it's starting to light up.
All right. And I take my hand, I close my fist, and the light goes out.
Can you please come back upstairs, Rika?
I'm up the stairs. Yes.
I'm going down.
No! I grab him. I say, no!
We're taking a rest.
We must
I don't need a
rest.
rest. Take your rest. I'll be
We
right back.
need a rest. We need a rest.
I
You
don't
could
need a
trigger
rest.
something down there.
I've had like 2 of them already.
Slap him
no.
in the face. I slap him in the face. I say,
I'm so used to it by now. I just turn the other cheek. I turn the other cheek. I said, get this side too. I'll be right back.
No! I grab him again. I say, you
Erised.
must think of the party. We've committed to be a party now.
I can go down
can't
there
just think
so
about-
quietly.
There could be a dragon downstairs.
It could
We
be a
have this-
trap.
It's a goodly place.
I
we have
smack
to
him again in
scream?
the face.
Nobody knows we're here right now. Let's take advantage while we
I
can.
do. I
All right.
smack
What if they
him
come
again.
back up?
I mean, as they scream and like you can echo down the hallway.
Yeah, the
I mean,
slap.
whatever.
The slap pretty much alerted everybody that we're here. So
So we don't need you to be quiet, and we just need to sleep.
Yeah.
Oh, Seville, we lost you. Your audio.
Good.
Oh, no. You can't do that on Zoom, dude.
Rika, did you silence him with one of your
Oh, we got your back, Peter.
You're back.
okay, good.
I thought you were fucking with us. I'm like, wait, no, you can't do that on Zoom.
Rika did it.
I just went like this. La, la, la,
Nice
la,
I know.
la, la.
Yeah,
No,
So
your-
why
your connection's
don't
a
you
little
want me to go down? Just the stairs?
Because we want to rest, and then we can follow you
We
down
can
the stairs.
We can rest and we can let him go. Look, if he's not tired and he feels he has all his faculties, we can start our rest and he can give us a heads up as he looks down there.
I'm not going to go
Let's just
explore
split up the
anything.
party. That's
just
a great
want-
idea.
I do it all the time.
Exactly.
We're in a new chamber. There could be anything down there. We need to
We
make sure
agreed
it's
to be
clear
a
before
party.
we
I think we
speak.
should put it to a vote. Let's vote.
Okay.
Yeah.
All in
right.
favor
Of me
taking
going
rest
down.
And me,
And what was your name, little girl? I'm sorry.
Yara.
Ciara.
Ciara. Okay, we all get to vote.
Oh, I get to vote
All
as
in
well.
favor. All in favor of a rest.
You know more than everybody else.
We're all in favor of arrest. It's whether or not we clear the chamber first.
I really,
Right.
I really don't think anyone from the cult has been in here, but I don't
be
know
other
what
things.
could. They're all things that are being drawn to the area, as you know. So it could be dangerous.
I vote that we stay and rest first.
We are staying and resting. We're just sending civils so nothing sneaks up on us.
By that I mean we rest without anybody leaving the party first.
I think it's a good idea. Seville, you and I will take first watch. Make sure nothing comes up those stairs. We might go down the stairs a little bit just to make sure what we see.
He
but-
lies.
Yeah, that sounds great to me. Yeah, I mean, I just want to look down and something. So everybody, let's go to sleep. Everybody, it's bedtime.
All right. Well, if I find that you
Go to bed.
triggered something, I will. I don't know what I'll do, but it'll be something.
You'll slap him with your
Bad.
right hand is what you'll do.
Yes, exactly. All right. Well, I'm off to bed.
All right, get some sleep.
And I kiss him on the cheek and I say, I'm sorry I hit you.
How many times?
Twice.
Thank you.
Sorry I hit you twice.
Tell the dragon downstairs that you're sorry you woke it up with the slap.
Just rude.
Yeah, just get some rest. I'm
All right.
I'm fine. I'm feeling fit as a fiddle, awake. But I'll keep watch. I'll keep watch with my buddy Hortsack here.
I'll quickly set up a tiny hut within the doorway, so like at least nothing else can push its way through the door.
Okay.
And I turn it
Nice.
into a nice temperature and a crisp air, so it's very comfortable as we get to sleep. And then I go to sleep.
Okay. And Ciara very quickly also falls asleep as she's just, still recovering and on everything that she's been through. Seville, what are you doing?
I'm gonna nudge Hortsack and say, "Come on, let's go take a look halfway down the stairs."
And Hortzak just gives you a nod. He's still got his battle axe out, and you guys wait a few minutes, waiting for the party to kind of stop moving around. You see him slowly sinking into sleep, and it's like he gives you a nod. Let's go. All right, roll a
But I've
stealth
been
check.
pretending to. Oh,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Rika.
this whole time I've been pretending to drift off to sleep, but I'm so pissed that as soon as I see the two of them start to leave, I open my eyes and I go out and I just stand there waiting for them with my arms crossed until they come back.
Ooh.
All right.
All right.
So, Judd, how many charges do I have in my stealth dagger? Is it a repeating thing, or I know I've got it for a minute, but is it a?
That is a very good question. That's the thing. I think I messaged you about weeks, like 3-4 weeks ago, about it. We needed to figure that item out.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say don't use it right now.
Okay. All right.
But you see that Hortzak kind of pushes past you, and he is silent, like this big hulking thing. Something he just manages to contain all of his items and his weapons, and just very softly, his feet, which are barefoot, you see his feet just kind of roll very quietly, and he just disappears like a
nice.
ghost down the stairs.
He's a player.
All right. I'm gonna let him go a little ways and then kind of follow right behind him.
Okay.
Not a lot of ways, but just to give us enough space and stuff. So.
Are you going stealthily or not?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go
Okay.
stealthily.
What'd you get?
12.
Okay. You're watching Hortzak. It just seems like he's floating, like he somehow levitated himself ahead of you, just disappearing around the corner, and you kind of like scuffle on a step. You kind of miss it a bit because you're not paying close enough attention, but otherwise you're pretty quiet. You go down about 25, 30, 35 feet, and it's still winding down. Portzak looks back at you. You both have dark vision. You don't have any other light going right now. So
I'll go into his mind. You see anything ahead of the way? How far is it down does it go?
He just gives you a shrug.
Okay. All right. Let me know if you sense anything dangerous. Let's go.
Keep going. All right.
And he just kind of whispers and then turns and keeps going. Goes about another 30 feet or so, and it comes out to a door. And you can't tell because you're in grayscale, but you do see, so you can't tell if it's the same kind of stone, but you do see that same indentation that you saw when you uncovered the slab up above, that diamond shape. And he looks back at you.
Well, at least we know it's all sealed up. I think we should go back up and rest.
Yeah, good to know. That's all we wanted.
Hey.
Let's go.
Okay.
Well, while that was happening, just to pace everything out, hey Rika, can you bring some light over, back up the wall a bit? I want to take a look at something.
Why haven't you been resting?
Because I don't need to rest.
All right. Make some flame in my hand.
And I'll walk up to the to where it's been gouged out.
Okay.
Because that's still on my mind. How has this been gouged out? Has someone chipped away at this with a pickaxe, or has it been like burnt or melted? There's no rubble.
There's no rubble. Good question. Roll investigation check and see if you can ascertain.
Oh boy, Keon's really smart. But I'm quite good at investigations. And that is a 22, everybody.
Oh.
Yeah. You're rolling like crazy good.
We are great investigators. We should be detectives.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to know why this has been gouged out and how they did it. Who might have done it? Like,
so Keon, you get close and you're looking at it. There are no burn marks. The stone is exactly the same. You don't see any chip marks. What you see is very rough edging of the stone, and with that roll, I think your best guess would be that something hit this with extreme force, whether it was magical or some other kind of actual trauma that shattered the stone and broke it kind of down to its, I don't know, core level of this stone. It's very rough, like maybe somebody took a giant sledgehammer or some other type of magic and broke it, and it just fell out. But interestingly, it's about 5-6 inches deep at its deepest point. And knowing that the rest of the images come out about 4 inches, this stone must be very thick.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And how big is the area that has been carved out?
It's about 3.5-4 feet wide, and
wow.
it's roughly circular. So same by the height. It's a big chunk that's missing.
Okay, thanks, Rika.
You done now? I've got to go wait angrily.
And you say that is probably the moment that you see the crocodile eyes coming up over the stairs, and he kind of pauses and he sees the hallway is lit with light, and it's kind of like,
Seville, you go first.
And he puts an arm around you and kind of pushes you forward.
Sure.
As he watches Rika standing there, arms crossed, looking angry.
Hello, Seville.
Why did you
Hello,
sleep?
Portzak. Because I didn't trust you, and I was right.
I told you I was going.
You said that you were going to keep watch, and that was it.
I did, and I watched the stairs about 30
That wasn't
feet down.
keeping watch for us. It's a good thing I was awake because I was keeping watch for us.
No one can get in through the top because they don't have the crystal. The only way that can get us is through the stairs, and I don't want to be jumped at night, so I just took a little jaunt with my huge crocodile friend and we found that there's a sealed section down there, so we are nice and safe. Now everybody can rest.
So you think that just because you saw something sealed that nobody can get through it?
Well, at least we know if something comes through, at least there might be some noise, or at least we know, so that my mind can now relax. It's just what I do, Rika. I've been on my own for so long. I do stuff like that.
You've been on your own for so long, and you don't think I haven't been on my own for so long.
Well,
Am I supposed to trust you?
Well, you're just going to have to do it or don't. There really isn't another... I don't know how. I can't convince you. I don't know you. You don't know me.
You can't convince me if you're going to keep doing things like this.
It literally was so obvious to do it, and it took probably a minute, 30 seconds, that I don't see why we're wasting all this time arguing. Let's just get some rest. We're going to need to, be a team here. And part of what I do is to look out for the group like that. It's my speciality.
I apologize, Rika. But
Portsack, maybe do it.
It was my idea. Seville, I made him come with me because if anything goes sneaking up behind us as we're trying to sleep, it'd be a big problem. So we just thought we'd poke down a little bit, and but now we know. Now it's fine, and I understand you being angry, but I'd rather you be safe and angry at me than dead and happy with that I didn't go checking our surroundings. So
yeah, it's not like I'd walk into a necromancer temple by myself and do something like that. I mean, it's just a little...
Oh, you'd be an idiot to do that. Anyway, I'm gonna get some sleep.
Huge idiot.
Veruca, what would you like to say?
Right as everyone was starting to walk back in, I make sure the tiny hut is solid so they know as they bump into it, you do know I cast this for a reason. It's like if they'll put their hands up to it and they'll find a nice solid force field. So if I want someone to come in, I can let them in. That's why I cast this silly little ritual. Now, would you all be quiet so I could get some sleep? And I then release the hold off them and they can walk back in.
Okay. Horzak stays out as he usually does. He's at the top of the stairs. You see he lays down in like flat crocodile fashion, but he's got his hand on his battle axe right next to him. He's right next to the top of the stairs.
He's ready to pounce.
Yeah.
Like a cat.
Yeah. This is just a big fluffy crocodile.
So we're all sleeping?
You guys all sleeping? Okay.
I go to sleep as far away from Seville as possible.
Okay, and then I go to Seville, and I'm like tugging him, like, you idiot! You idiot! We just met these people. You did not honor her wishes, nor mine. You did whatever you wanted to do. You went down with that idiot crocodile, and all you needed to do was wait 15 minutes to let her get to sleep, and then you could have gone down without her knowing.
What did I say about...
I thought everybody was asleep, and it took a minute 30 seconds. What are we talking about here?
I'm telling you, if you want to be a party, you need to honor the party.
All right, everybody go to bed.
Just go to bed. Go to sleep.
Please, for the love of God, whatever God you worship, just let me sleep.
We have to let the wizard sleep.
Okay.
And I turn around, and normally I like spoon Seville, but this time I'm like, and my butt is bumping him, but I'm angry, and I'm
Angry butt bump.
but my butt is still touching him.
I don't know what's going on. Everybody's yelling at me. I just took a minute 30 seconds to walk down.
Y'all know it was a minute 30 seconds.
And I do that as loud as I can. And I
really?
sit in reverie.
Okay. Okay. All right.
I'm laying down in a corner. Only till Resbus found. Only till Resbus found. Only till Resbus found.
So slowly, you all fall asleep. Everybody except for Horzak inside of the tiny hut. And a couple hours later, you hear something loud, like a really tremendous thump, sort of. It reverberates through the stone, and you all immediately jump up, eyes alert. You see Horzak jumps to his feet. I'll be right back. And he runs down the staircase.
I run right after him.
I go right up to the top.
Okay, you go the opposite way?
I follow them as well.
Okay.
I go down the stairs.
So there's a split that
shit.
happens.
I lay down and go to sleep.
Me too.
You just stay asleep.
Great.
Keon, you go right back to the entrance that you came in. It's completely sealed. Nothing has changed. Though there's no light, you have to kind of go and you find it by running into the stone. Yeah, exactly.
Can I just listen?
Yeah, roll a perception check at disadvantage. Erisette and the rest of you. You make your way down the stairs and the door is still sealed. Roll a perception check if you want. Whoever went down. Sorry, Keon, what'd you get?
An 11 to listen.
Yeah, you listen for a moment. You don't hear anything. It seems calm. You just hear the faint noises of your comrades going down the stairs.
It's a 20 on me. Perception.
Okay.
Oh, good, because I rolled a 2.
Let's see. And Hortzak's there. Hold on. Yeah, Hortzak rolled a 2. So Erisette, you listen. You faintly hear something. It sounds like another kind of thud. You feel just the faintest kind of shake of the stone, and then it's quiet, and you wait there minutes. Nothing happens.
Something's above us. Something's above us. I think. Or below us.
It might be below us, but
They might be up to something. We might not have much time. We might need to go. I know we wanted to rest.
everybody needs to rest, I think. We're safe so far. This door is sealed. Let's go back up.
It's faint. We might have time, but we should, as soon as we rest, we should go. I don't think there's much time to waste.
Rika, you agree?
Yes.
All right. You all make your way
Let's
back
go
up.
rest.
Okay. And after a few minutes, Keon, sorry, did you want to say something?
I was just saying, is Rika, does she have a flame at the end of the tunnel?
I will note, if you walk back into the tiny hut, it'll be nice, warm, and like a clean air if you find it.
But I don't know that.
Yeah, are you just, did you stay at the end down there?
Yeah, I was just listening to see if something was coming through. They were trying to punch through from the top. Because I was concerned about that. But if there's no light emanating.
No.
Rika.
I didn't have my flame.
Rika.
Yes.
I'm at the top of the tunnel. Can you come get me? I can't see in the dark.
Feel your way over. Use your hands.
Clunk, 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 clunk. Clunk, clunk.
Yeah, you all hear this plate mail jostling, and it's just echoing, reverberating down this stone hallway. But eventually you do kind of like fold over the hut and find your way inside.
You're a big boy. You can take care of yourself.
All right. Anything else? Otherwise, you're all falling back asleep.
Right before we go to sleep, I go into Rika's mind and I said, you know how you can trust me? Because I saved you from the belly of the beast. That's how you know. Now get some sleep and I'll watch over you.
Just roll my eyes.
All right. Time passes. The elves wake up. You have another long rest. And
wait, what? We get a long rest?
well, the elves have
Elves do.
Oh.
the 4 hour.
And me and Erisette just go like this.
My word.
You guys start drawing. You pull out your Sharpies. No.
We draw on their face. I take my makeup kit and I make like mustaches and circles and we draw elven language on their head.
Yeah, it's totally.
Yeah.
Totally like.
This is the time you would be doing that?
Yeah.
Or we're about to.
Kick me and all that stuff. Yeah.
But in all seriousness, another 4 hours passes and you all come to. No idea. I mean, the light hasn't changed. Keon, you wake up again to darkness. but you feel rested, and you all feel better. So everybody can mark a long rest.
Yeah. No longer exhausted.
Oh,
I
thank
love
God.
about this. I love about it. So we all have a collective belief. At least I think I did. That like the elves. What's great about the elves is that they don't gloat that they're elves. And now we know that in fact the elves do gloat. You're just sleeping while they're gloating
Right.
about
That's
how elfy they are. Instead
Yeah,
of-
you're like killing 4 hours,
yeah, they're
chit
like,
chatting.
Has everyone got something to eat?
Yeah, I
Leon,
got some rations.
how the hell do you sleep in that armor, man?
It's pretty tough. I don't really sleep. At least not well. Anyway,
I forgot about that. Keon, you left your armor on for the long rest?
I did.
Okay. So you have a point of exhaustion then for sleeping in full plate.
Okay.
I forgot about that. And I had a big note to not forget about that, but I forgot about it.
Is that from a previous edition? Like I like the rule, but is that from 5e?
I thought so. Let me see. But go
I
ahead.
thought it was from all editions.
Yeah.
So be it. Point of exhaustion. Do I mark that on D&D Beyond?
Yeah, you can.
Nice.
Actually, no. I don't think it is in fifth edition.
Just from older editions.
It's older.
I'm happy to play it.
You guys are so smart.
I'd say yeah. You know what? I'm gonna leave it in because honestly, I was thinking about this before. Like, plate armor is really
Heavy.
cumbersome.
No.
Yeah.
For sure.
And you cannot, you can't even sleep. You can't sleep on your side. You could probably barely sleep on your back with having to probably prop your head up, especially because you don't have a helm on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So sorry, man.
No worries, dude.
It's a shame the armor doesn't do anything about the snoring.
It amplifies it.
Yes. Reverberates.
All right. So
right.
you guys all have a long rest. You're sharing some food. You're waking up.
Redoing spells.
Yeah. You see Ciara is stretching. I finally feel myself again. Thank you all again. I think I thanked you. I can't remember, but thank you. I feel much better. You
Don't worry about
truly
it.
saved me.
We're not
Yeah.
doing it for you.
Well, just be happy to be alive and value your life while you still have it. I mean, you can all die at any moment, so.
Agreed. And I gave you my word, and I stand by it. I'll do anything I can to help you now that you saved me. My life was forfeit before.
Now that you're feeling a little better, anything more you remember before we head down?
Oh yeah, description of the entrance of the temple from where you guys first entered.
Numbers, sentries.
As I said, there are about
Guards.
10. There are about 10, and I don't know the watch pattern. I think they actually changed it up. They do know that you're all coming.
Wait.
There's only one entrance to the temple that I know of, and very large double doors that always have 2 cult members standing by. There are quite a number of creatures that are drawn to the temple since the ritual. The intelligent ones we talk to, not we, I gotta stop saying that. They talk to and give a description, and there are these pamphlets that they've created to your likenesses of you two. And she points to Seville and Aracet. But the rest just seem to be just drawn. Every foul thing or creature that's turning foul, and it's swarming outside the entrance.
Now, are we talking a lot of people with creatures with bows, mostly casters, just animals?
I mean,
Specifics.
all nature of beings that are here in the swamp. As I said, there were a lot of Muri. They seem to be especially attracted. Everything from snakes, a lot of snakes, spiders, the large
there have to be
kind,
snakes.
Always the large.
crocodiles, even the the humanoid crocodiles. Humanoid? I don't know what they would call them. The people crocodiles, like
The lizard folk.
like you. Lizard folk as well, absolutely. Goblins, all swamp gnomes.
They just hang out there without attacking the necromancers. They're just hanging out.
They're drawn to Fornush's power. They're drawn and corrupted.
I have a question.
Yes.
How good are these disguise kits that we have? Could we make anyone look like a humanoid crocodile? Or something like that?
That would be a stretch. Yeah.
Or something like...
It's really, I mean, think of it more like theater makeup. It's like it's like makeup and mustaches and hair and maybe like
pretty bad. Like old
cheesy
timey
props.
villain, old timey
monocles.
kind of disguise.
Yeah.
Okay, I have an idea. Sierra, was there anything the people who were drawn to the temple, did they say they had a feeling? Did they have they were called, right? Like, did they say anything specific? Was there a specific word that Farnoosh told them? I don't know if there's a code word or whatever.
It was almost as if they were under a trance, I would say. They were being compelled beyond their own mental willingness, I think.
Well,
did anybody have anything distinctive on them? A marking, anything special?
Yeah, can they tell that
would differentiate them?
Not so much when they came, but they were marked with the dagger, the red dagger of the cult when they left.
Did we take the daggers off the bodies of the people who attacked us? Remember earlier with the nice fine lady who casted all those spells around us when we were trying to nap out in the swamp? Did you guys retrieve any of their equipment?
No.
Wow, okay, that goes that. But Rika, I think you and I could blend in, no problem. The elves, I'm not so sure. Keon, I'm pretty sure he won't be accepted. But I think if you want us to walk around, maybe even Hortzak, we could try and infiltrate and see what we can find.
I could turn into an animal.
No, you don't have to. It's just you. They don't know us. They don't know me, Hortzak.
Wait a second. We've seen this before, this kind of mind control. They don't know what they're doing, so you would have to act convincingly as well. I can disguise myself. I do have one of their daggers, and I can use the...
Oh, the control, yes, the...
Where is that? There's usually an object that is emanating somewhere if I'm thinking of the same thing. Do you know where that is?
There's not an object. The control of the creatures they were doing before Fornush was awakened. There's a special ritual and a local plant. I think it's death thistle or something.
Death thistle, is that what it was?
I don't remember what it was called, but it was something like that. It looks like a dark weed that if forced into a creature, that you can control them to a degree for more simpler minds.
So this is just they're being drawn by the evil of Fornush.
Yes, and it's spreading.
Well, that's even better then. We could fake that.
We could pretend. We could be drawn.
Take a mouthful of the special herbs that we got from Yark 6. We take a little handful of that. They try to give us the drug. We can try and fight it off. I think that'll help.
This is a guess, but this is the same stone as the temple. I feel like this might be part of the temple that they don't know about.
In the back, or
maybe it leads to it. As far as I know,
So
there's
maybe
only
we
the
have a-
main
You
I think we're
entrance.
already here.
We have
We're
a
already
back door
there.
then.
That's what I'm saying.
What's our plan here?
It might be.
This is my concern. I'm quite sure that this tunnel leads to the heart of the temple, and that we have the element of surprise. But how the 6 of us, or 8 of us, destroy all of those beasts and all of those necromancers, even with an ambush?
not happening.
I don't think we need to. I think we need to undo, destroy, dismantle, uncorrupt what they have started. I don't think they can finish it because we have something they need. So if we can reverse it or turn it back to celestial, if if I'm correct, then we do so and run.
And like I said, they know you're coming, so the front, and there's only one entrance as far as they know.
Right.
So it's heavily guarded. So they've got most of the cult members will be near that entrance, waiting, and they're keeping the creatures there to attack you as well.
Could we use you two as a diversion?
Yes, you may use of me as you wish, as I gave you my word.
You're sending
Not
us
you,
to a
Ciara,
death?
the other two, the ones they know are coming.
Well,
Who's civilian?
We're not.
Seville and Arasat.
Rika,
Do
you
we
know I
have
like
to?
thinking most of the time, but right now I think our very best bet is to go through this tunnel into the heart of that temple before they ever suspect it.
yes.
The only question is, once we get there, what do we do to destroy them? I know we have some. I have this crystal in my bag. I have the.
Take out the
ashes of
idol.
Here.
Tree. Maybe the idol. Yes, maybe the idol.
Here, do you want me to examine
It
the
was-
idol?
It was called a key. We had someone
I take it out and I give it to him.
that traveled with us before.
I hold the idol, and it's going to take 10 minutes, so give me a moment.
Faruka,
Sure.
as she hands you this golden idol, which is in the shape of a of Ariset, actually, and you could see that she's holding two blades, one up, one down, elven make, and the moment your hands touches it, it melts down and reforms into your image, and you are surrounded with books and scrolls, and you have books levitating over each hand.
Oh, well, that's fancy. Well, I start looking into the books, see what I can find, and see if it just explains itself. Oh, is it in the idol? It's in the idol.
It
has
does
books.
this. It takes the form of something it reads from you. We had someone in the party, and it turned a bit demonic.
Oh, so it's not actual books in my hands. It's in the idol's hands.
Yeah,
I
it's just
believe
like
so,
it's like the little like model like reforms into that shape.
Watch. Give it to Kian.
Hey, Kian, hold this.
Keon,
Right.
you take it, and it immediately shifts into a warrior, and you notice instantly that you are not wearing the armor that you are currently in. It looks different. It looks more special. It looks like it fits you perfectly. It looks like something you've never seen before, and you have a very cool looking blade and a shield, and you're standing proud and tall.
Let me see that. And I grab it, but I turn so no one else can see what it turns into.
Rika, you grab it out of his hand. It immediately shrinks and reforms. First, you see it just blooms a tree, this beautiful tree. And then, as if it was dropping fruit, it forms into your shape. And the bottom of your shape almost looks like it's wispy, like fire or smoke. It's kind of hard to tell. And your hands are out as if you're calling things to you, and you see that there are all these little creatures that are starting to form around you, and they're all looking up at you. And you have this very kind of calm, peaceful look on your face.
All right, I guess you can all see this. And then I show them.
And you all,
me.
you all see, yeah.
May I have it back?
I give it to him.
All right. Then I begin the ritual of identification.
10 minutes later, Faruka, and really the whole way through, as you sit down and you concentrate and harnessing that arcane energy around you, as you feel it start to swirl and penetrate this object, you could feel that it is rejected consistently. As you keep trying, find different ways in, it matches you every time, and you realize that this thing is resisting identification.
That's new. I don't know what's on this, but it's fighting my magic. My examination of it is not going through. So whatever this is, it's of a quite powerful. That's a quite powerful abjuration effect on it. I can't look at it.
Yeah. one of our last members that traveled with us had a hard time connecting with it as well. We thought maybe he was lying, but that's good news. That at least it's protecting itself. So.
But we do know that they want it.
Yeah,
So
it's called a key. It was called a key to our.
Oh dear.
Drop that.
Seville's having
Go again.
the key to everything is
It's
now
the key to no. Well,
Oh,
I don't want to push
My bad.
everybody, but I feel like we got to get a move on. If they know we're coming, let's at least explore where this goes. If we found a back door, then all's the better. We'll get the jump on them.
All right.
I don't
You
much
made me
like
feel better.
sounding
As long as-
going through the front.
As long as we yield this, the moment we get into the heart of the temple, at
Well-
least I know we have a plan.
Yeah, hold this, put it back in the bag, and just in case this still have any effects on it.
Yep.
But I think we're ready. You know what? If just in case I have a spell to turn myself invisible, I believe Ari, you turned invisible for a moment. Do you still have that ability to do so?
Yes, my necklace.
And how good are you in the stealthy persuasion, skulking and all that?
Do you really need to ask?
I've never seen it, so. But I think if we can go in a little quickly, if we have to go in deep and not be seen, we can at least check for everyone.
All right.
Sounds
So
good.
Erised,
Certainly.
you have the idol. You have the key.
Yes.
So if you sense anything or feel to use it, use it. You're in control of it.
Okay. Look, when we get to the very bottom, I have a sense there'll be some sort of another button or something similar to what opened the first portal. Not portal, but door. So let's run down, and just before we think we're going to get into the heart of the temple, I'll trigger my necklace so I have more time with it to be invisible. And if you'd like, I can put protection from evil and good on all of you to help you at least a little bit with stealth. I know it won't make you invisible, but perhaps it'll help us to penetrate the heart of the temple more effectively.
yes.
All right. And I think we should all
Definitely.
eat a clump of the weed or that stuff that Otonic gave us that protects us against necrotic energy. And I want to take a big chew of that.
Same.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
All right, and Hortzak starts leading you. I think maybe you hadn't started heading down, but Hortzak starts leading you down the stairs, and Eris said there's another one of those shapes that you needed your crystal to open on the next door below.
Wait, you've been here before?
We scouted it last night to make sure there's nothing was coming up behind us.
Just 30 feet, huh?
More like 50, 60 or so. Yeah, anyway, it was...
And
it was,
Shamil Shamila.
a really dirty look. I'm like,
It was Seville's idea, and he pushes on past you and goes down the stairs, and it takes you all
Not what you told me.
a few seconds, and you make it down, and you see another one of these doors with that symbol right in the middle.
I take it and I just put it in right away.
You take out the purple crystal with the spiral on it. The moment you put it in, it lights up, shooting this beautiful amethyst kind of purple light, and then this door opens inward. There's no depressurization, but there's an instant smell that hits you, a damp, musty, foul smell, and there's also this sound, this roaring sound. All of your senses are kind of assaulted as this door pushes open. Or actually, it opens towards you, opens inward, and you see. Actually, does anybody have any light going, or are you just relying on your dark vision?
Dark vision.
Okay, and
Keon, take Rika's hand. Something.
Can
I
someone?
pulled my dagger, actually,
Someone has
moon
to-
dagger. I pulled my moon dagger out immediately just to be prepared, and it emits a faint light.
And I'll
Okay.
take my, on the wheel, do the same thing, which casts radiant light.
Yeah, I guess I could do a very, very small flame that wouldn't be super detectable. Just like
When-
really small.
When Seville takes out Anuil, you see that the crystal in the pommel, that is the bottom of the sword, lights up with this cyan, beautiful blue light. And the light doesn't seem to jump to the wall, but suddenly the wall is like just lights up. Keon, you're almost blinded for a moment. Actually, all of you, your eyes adjust for a moment as
the walls trigger with an intensity you have not seen yet. And it races out in front of you, and you see, like, it's the light in front of you, this door that you just opened, it's all muffled. Like there's some kind of growth all over the stone ahead of you, and there's just enough light coming in behind you from the stairwell to see that it's an algae, and there are spider webs, and you see spiders the size of dinner plates that start scuttling away really quickly from you all. You just smell this kind of this rot and decay of like a very, very damp space. The moisture hits your face, almost leaving drops on your skin. It's so heavily moist, and you just hear this constant roaring going on. Yeah.
Side note, just before we continue, there was a cyan gem on the pommel of Seville's new sword, which just illuminated very brightly.
Yeah.
Is that reminiscent of the cyan gem on the pommel of Dudagnia on my back?
It's different, and you immediately look at his, and then you look at yours, and they are very similar but different. But yours
Are
is
they
never
reminiscent of the blue that's been emanating through the walls, Judd?
The walls are glowing with kind of like a soft whitish silvery light almost.
Okay.
Before they're extremely intense now. It's not a blue light. The blue is only coming from his crystal.
We must hurry through, but I'm fearing this is not going to be a pretty part of the passage.
Are there any spiders left, DM?
They've scuttled out of view, so you don't see any now. Yeah.
So what do we see in the temple, or do we got to hack our way through some vines or what?
No, there's no vines. It's just like there's like a moss or an algae growth on every surface, and in the corners you see these spider webs. And as you like smaller, intact, but as you move forward or you look forward, you see that there are remnants of massive spider webs that look like they've been thrashed open. And the remnants of these are kind of like softly kind of just whipping in the breeze that's coming at you. Looks like something kind of tore them open.
On the back side of this door, is there scorch marks? Has there been an attempt to get in?
No, you don't see any. Well, actually, roll an investigation.
15.
Yeah, you don't see anything. First of all, it's just covered in that same algae moss.
Okay.
And can we close the door? If the door closes, can we reopen it? Or do we see a way to reopen it?
You can do an investigation check if you want.
This
12.
Sorry. Yeah.
Kind of pushing through the growth on the back of this door, you don't find another diamond inset shape. So you're not sure if you close it, if you'll be able to open it. There might be another mechanism like you found in the first hallway.
All right, I light one of my torches. I give it to Faruka. I say, take this. You don't see well in the dark, do you?
Oh, I see fine in the dark. I think our more human-looking friends.
You can have this. Seville, why don't you take the front? I'll take the rear. I think we should move with haste.
Keon, a little hand reaches in and takes the torch. I'll hold it. I'll hold it. I can't say either, and I don't have a bloody great sword to protect anyone with, so.
Keep her in the middle. Keep Ciara in the middle, and I move to the back.
Okay.
Real quick, I look to Ciara. It's like, if you have to run, I won't blame you. So try to live. I
gave you my word, and I mean it. Okay,
but I want you to think about yourself. This seems like this will go sideways pretty quickly, but
I'm sure it will.
This all goes well.
You know what? It beats dying slowly in a swamp by myself, being eaten alive. So
you're right.
I mean,
all right.
Yeah.
At least hopefully.
That's true.
Yeah,
the bill.
This algae, is it? Did you say it was glowing?
No. Well, it looks like it's kind of backlit. So the thinner areas, you can see that the walls are glowing, but this algae is covering everything.
Okay,
so,
gotcha.
Are there any stones or anything around, like on the ground or anything, just like pebbles?
You don't see. I mean, the ground is literally covered with this like dark green, almost black plant growth.
Okay.
we are currently in the temple, right? Do we saw that just covered in stuff, or?
I mean, you
Or
don't
just
know.
the
You're
room?
just seeing another hallway that's going ahead of you.
Does anybody have anything to jam the doors open with so that if they close behind us?
No.
And as a reminder, you hear a constant roaring sound down this hallway ahead of you. It's loud.
I have some pittance if you want to hammer into this hewn stone.
Wait,
It'll take a while.
Isn't there a place for this crystal to open this up?
Not from the other side.
Well, not that I saw. If you want to take a look. But I think we should burn these spider webs just in case.
Jan,
I'll check the door
Yara,
for
do you want to do the honors? But I'm telling you, our best bet is to move quickly and get through this tunnel.
I think we should move. I just want to make sure that we can get back the way we came in.
All right, DM. I'm going to check that door to make sure through all the algae that there isn't a.
Yeah, you already rolled an investigation check for it, so
okay.
you didn't find one either.
See?
I mean, but it seems flat.
Okay. I take my cloak. Do you have a cloak? Something? Some sort of clothing.
Sure.
And
Yeah, you've got a cloak.
I jam it in the bottom, like in the corner, so that it won't close all the way if it tries to close behind us.
Nice.
That's all.
All right.
You do notice,
right.
Rika, as you do that, like the doors, they're interesting. It doesn't waver much as you're jamming it. It's like it opens and kind of stays there. You remember the one up above also opened and stayed there until you didn't try to do anything to it. But you feel confident that you've jammed this as well as you can.
Yeah.
What are you all
let's go.
doing?
All right. Are you taking the lead? Bill, shall I take the rear?
Maybe I should
go in the back.
Maybe I should go first. This is a bit slippery. I'm a little more used to swampy terrain, but
Can you see in the dark?
Here, if you want, I could push the water to the side and freeze it around the corner so no one slips. I'll go first.
All right.
All right, Veruca, you're going first?
Yeah, now as I walk ahead, I'll clear the water out of the way. Though I do look at Rika, burn the spider webs just in case.
I burn the spider webs.
There's no real standing water here, though. It's just incredibly, the air is so moist. And again, it's just this thunderous sound the whole time, the moment you open the door. And it's
And
coming
DM?
straight ahead, yeah.
I'm quite concerned that they've taken too long. So I'm going to pass without trace now. I just take a sprig of mistletoe and I burn it now as if I were saging, so that any traveling we do is going to be faster, actually.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm
All
going to
right.
travel faster.
Are you going to travel faster or are you going to travel more stealthy? Because pass out trace is a stealthy thing.
I thought we also travel faster.
Oh, that's Longstrider, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it just helps you be more quiet when you're... I mean, you almost got it.
Well...
You know what? I'm going to rewrite this one. I'm going to rewrite it every episode to be what I want in the moment.
Yeah.
In my mind, I'm like,
oh, we know Erisette. We know.
You know what I really am? You know, like in McDonald's, I think they used to have this like burger this guy that would steal the burgers.
The Hamburglar, yeah.
Yes, and he'd be like, ding, 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 ding. He was both stealthy and fast, you know?
No, there is no Hamburglar spell. I'm sorry.
We can work on it.
If you want
to work on it.
If you want to work on it and spend some hours developing the Hamburglar spell.
And that's what it will be called.
That's exactly what it will be called.
What's that purple blob guy called?
The nugget guy?
Is that
The
what he
chicken
is?
nugget. I think he's a giant chicken nugget that just went
I
bad.
thought it was a purple blob. I don't know. Maybe, I think it might be mixed
Grimace.
with characters from Sesame Street.
Grimace?
Never mind.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
it is Grimace, yeah.
Like acid trip memories, like coming back. Like
Okay,
All right,
and we're back.
We're off topic. Okay.
Scene.
Yeah.
I'm-
Bring it in.
So is it
Okay.
too late, or do I take it back about my like wanted to be Hamburglar spell? Or
No,
is it,
you know what it is, Erisette. Or Azar doesn't, but Erisette knows that it allows you to be stealthier. So if you want to be stealthy, you can cast it, or otherwise I'll let you not cast it. What do you
We
do?
still have another door to go through.
I might need some help on the stealth.
I cast it
off your-
anyway. It lasts
Okay,
a long time.
all right.
I don't think we're getting closer. So I just cast it anyway. I cast it. Fuck it. I cast it.
All right, you all feel that that wave of this energy pass over you, and you feel like your movements are a little bit quieter. Keon, you especially, you feel like your armor has quieted down a little bit. You're able to move to suppress those sounds. So you all can add 10 to your stealth rolls, and you can see that Horsak starts moving out behind Faruka, and is going. Oof! Good thing he got that plus 10. Actually, he's got a plus 5 to his stealth, so he's all right. That's 24 for Horsak. What'd you all get?
Like all. Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody who's being stealthy.
That's a 23.
We're all rolling.
Hold on, let's cock.
At disadvantage.
Ooh.
At disadvantage? Oh, you're at disadvantage. Just like all of us?
No.
I rolled a 5, but it's a 15.
Nice.
Oh, gosh.
So with a plus 10, that's 30.
30. Okay.
Yeah.
27.
How many nat 20s have you been rolling?
Oh, that's not 20. That was just, with a plus 10 and then plus 3 and a high roll.
Oh.
Mine's a 36.
Just a baller roll. No biggie. 36.
Plus
Jesus.
10. Plus 10.
Oh, I also get a plus 1, so I guess it's 16.
Okay. All right. You all do really well. And you manage to go, and there's something also about as long as you're not slipping, the plant growth here makes, and let's not forget, there's a roaring sound coming from the end of the hall.
Right.
As you push in deeper and that smell of water gets stronger, you can see, those with dark vision, you can see that there's a gaping hole ahead of you. And as you approach, it looks like another staircase that has collapsed. You see bits of stone sticking out in a spiral pattern going down, and just at the edge of your 60 feet, you can see the top of a rubble pile. And then beyond that, you see the space opens up a little bit, and there are these columns, and something in your dark vision in this gray scale, it's hard to see, but it looks like something is rushing past.
Which way? What do you mean rushing past?
You don't
must
know.
be
It's like
water.
movement on the other side of this column.
okay.
Constantly going.
It must be water. We're getting very close to the column. I'm sure of it. We must be near it.
So just to clarify, it's a spiral staircase that collapsed, and are the columns just across, or like they under the water?
So if you were able to kind of cross over on the other side, the hallway gets larger, and there are columns at the end that seem to open up, and it's darkness there, but you can just detect that there's this top-down movement. Really, you guys, it doesn't take an intelligence roll to figure out that's the back of a waterfall, especially with the amount of water that's in here. I think you guys would figure it out. You see more of these massive spider webs. Look like at one time it connected the entire hallway, and they have been ripped open, and like the remnants of it are just fluttering in the breeze.
Okay. I just keep saying, carry on, quickly.
Well, do we want to try exploring under the water real quickly? See if there's more down there, or do you want to just cry and go out the waterfall way?
There's the collapsed stairwell. There's no water. It's
oh no.
It's open. It just goes down like 50 feet down, and you can see there's a rubble pile there.
Oh, I have rope and some pittons. We can go down.
Let's do it.
All right, set up.
All right. So in the interest of time, you set up, and you all actually everybody give me a.
We're all gonna fall.
Give me an athletics check to see if you can navigate the rope and holding on. I'll roll for Hortzak and Ciara.
Pretty good at these, but I'm at disadvantage.
Athletics.
Athletics, yeah.
That is an 18.
Oh. Or instead,
Oh, okay.
11.
All right.
I could do something else to get down the stairs.
No, Rika. Roll a dex check for me. Just roll a d20 and add your dex modifier really quickly.
Where is that? Sorry.
It's just your normal stuff.
Oh. So it's a second roll after the one I just did?
Yeah. Roll another one and add 1 to it, and let me know what you get.
Yes! 18.
Okay. Rika, you're going down the rope like everybody else, and everybody looks like they're having an okay time, and suddenly your hands just like it slips or something, and you lose connection with the rope, and you fall, but your arm immediately like shoots out, and right next to you is this stone slab that's coming out of the wall that was a remnant of a step, and you just manage to catch yourself really quickly, enough to anchor that hand on the rope and keep going.
Yeah.
With just a gasp kind of breath leaving you as that happens, but you manage to hold on. The rest of you who are kind of close to her, you see this moment, but you do pretty well. Good job. One by one, you all make it down. You're at the top of what were these steps, completely smashed into rubble. There's a small opening of maybe like 4.5 feet, maybe 5 feet, that goes down into another hallway.
Yeah, I go right in first.
You slip through. You see in your dark vision that, and there's, Seville, you're there now, right?
Yes.
Okay. So the light continues to travel down with you. That rubble pile just glows with all of this light emanating off. And Erised, as you jump down, it shoots out in front of you, lighting up the hallway, showing you what you might have missed. There's a hole in the floor here. And at the end of this hallway is shorter. It's like 35, 40 feet long. The end of the hallway is another rubble pile blocking whatever doorway was there. And instead there is this 6 foot, maybe 7 foot round hole halfway down in the middle of the floor, going off into darkness.
Come, quickly. And I go down the hole, hoping that they follow me.
Do you take a rope?
What are you doing?
No, I just slide on down. Like,
wait, you just drop? You just drop
You're
into the
just
hole?
jumping?
Why?
Go get him,
Practically
Sauce.
gods.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I'll Sauce.
All right, Erised.
All right.
Care about your ankles?
You jump down and you feel air. You are free falling, and bam! You slam into stone, and you feel. Oh my god! Let me roll some fall damage for you, girl.
Oh my god.
Oh shit! Carry on our work.
Someone have a torch. Someone to throw it down the hall, see how far she fell.
Oh my gosh.
Shit, he's rolling again and again.
Yeah, that's gonna be some heavy fall damage.
Shit.
Luckily, I rolled a bunch of 1s and 2s. You have 16 points of fall damage, Erised, as you slam into stone and tumble, and you are prone, and you realize that you just fell through, and you're gonna scream on that fall. And everybody, you hear this scream as suddenly Erised just.
And then you hear this like, it's Steve!
Erised.
Steve!
You
spell.
You say that, and then your head snaps to the left. Roll a perception check.
Oh my god.
Farouk of the spell, get me down there now.
I don't have a spell to. I thought we were just going to be going slower. I don't have anything to get us down that way.
That's an
Break
8.
my fall.
I think I have a rope. Do I have a rope?
You got an 8,
What is she
Erised?
seeing?
I got an 8.
Erised, your heart is thundering in your ears. You're in intense pain as you're trying to decide if both of your ankles are broken, as you impact it. Even as an elf and knowing how to dissipate weight and falls, you hit that hard. But you heard something and you spun, and now it's silent and you can't pinpoint. You realize you must be in a large, well, you know you're in a large space. You can't see the walls from where you are. Actually, that's not true. You see it first, you scan, it's dark, and then you see a shape standing there with wings looking at you, and in this dark kind of aura here, it doesn't look like it's moving, but that's not where the sound was coming from. What are the rest of you doing?
Farouk, down now.
How far? Well, I have to get down somehow.
Drop a rope.
Yeah, bro.
Tie it off somewhere and let's rappel down.
I have pittance. Or if you don't mind, GM, I could replace one of the spells real quick, and I could give everyone Featherfall for the heart speed.
No.
No, okay. Then pittance
That's
it
not
is.
what you picked.
No, it's not.
I'm sorry, Faruka. This is a real world you're messing with here.
I know.
As soon as the pittance are in, I'm going to fast rope down.
Okay, give me an athletics check.
Disadvantage, baby. That is a 10.
Okay, it's not pretty, but you managed to hold on enough, and especially because you're fast roping, your hands are just burning as the rope is just flying through your
Greaves
hand.
though.
Oh yeah, that's right. You've got greaves on. Okay. Well, they're still getting hot. Like you are, and you slam into the bottom, but on your feet, and you see Erisette right there. It's dark here though. You can't see. I mean, luckily you basically land on Erisette because you can't see anything right now. What are the rest of you doing?
All right, I go down as well, and I rolled an 18.
Okay. Yeah, no problem.
Erisette, are you okay?
You drop down.
Can I cast a healing spell on her right now?
Yeah.
What?
13 for me to get down.
Okay, yeah. Also, like, not the best form, but you managed to do it, and you slide down.
I'm gonna cast real quick Cure Wounds. I'm just looking for a D8 because I can never tell which one that is. Sorry, 1 second.
It's the diamond shape. Seville, what
I
are you
found
doing?
it. I did it. It's okay. Well, she gets four back.
4
Better
back.
than nothing.
Seville, what are you doing?
All right, so we're up top in a room that we haven't explored yet, and we see a hole. Erisette jumps down there. Faruka and I are still up top. Those three are down
No,
bottom. Yes.
Faruka, Kian, and Rika are all down. You're the only one left on top.
All right, I just want to look around and make sure we're not going to have something come on top of us here.
Okay.
I just want
you
to
roll
take a quick
perception
scan.
check. As that happens.
Wait, where are Hortzak and Ciara?
Oh yeah, sorry. Hortzak went down. Let me roll an athletics check. Oof, that was not good for Hortzy.
I'll let him land on you.
But he's strong. He's strong. Yeah, so he's fine. Also not pretty. The rashness of Erisette and her cry and the impact. He just reaches out, grabs the rope, and just rappels down. His hands are like ow. But he gets to the bottom, pulls his big axe out, and he's looking around. He freezes. Sierra stays up top with you, Seville. As Hortzak lands, you all hear a noise. Erisette, with your passive perception, you know that is a slithering sound, and it's loud, and it seems to be going around the perimeter of this room.
Okay. How many are there with us now, and who's still up? I sense
Everybody
Kian,
except-
I see Rika.
Yeah, you can see everybody except Ciara and Seville.
Do we still have our stealth? It wasn't broken
Yeah.
by our action, was it?
Well, maybe.
It's a concentration spell, so.
Yeah, it's concentration, so it's broken.
Broken? Shit.
Like your legs.
Yeah.
All right, the best thing I can do is tell them all to, I just see if I can try and just, can they see me at all in the dark? I hope I'm moonlight.
For the dark
They
vision.
can see me, and they just see me with like a crazed look. I'm holding it up to me so they can try to see me. I'm like,
Erisette, you pull up your rapier, and you all see the glow, and rising out of the darkness ahead of you, completely silently, closer than you thought, you see the massive head of a giant snake open up, its mouth silently opening, huge fangs. It's so large you can see the poison sac in its mouth start to iris open. And well, first let me show you what you're all looking at, and then we're gonna take a quick break and come back to it. But let's show everybody what they're gonna see. So hold on, let me position Erisette on the ground.
That was so nearly a "we're practically gods" moment.
Yeah, no, totally. This is you can't transform into a fish though, but yeah.
Hey, Judd, just to give you, before we go to break, and I forget, it was 19 on my perception check.
Okay, yeah, you'll
I
you'll see
know.
this. Here
Did
we
you-
go. Okay, and actually, let me do
Oh, here we are.
second.
Oh shit, that's so badass! Look at that.
Second view. We got a 2-camera setup finally. And you can see first, like, oh, this little, your little rope here that you all came down. I kind of guess you'd be coming down a rope here.
Yeah.
But as you all are there, you see this thing.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. as it's just
It's that close.
right in front of you all. And we're going to go to break. So we'll come back. We'll roll initiative. We'll see if everybody dies. Airset is looking... Airset. Wild Sauce. Living up to her name. My God, girl.
Look,
Leap
I
of
got
faith.
it done. I got myself closer to the temple.
Yeah,
It wasn't-
you sure did.
Real fast and real quick.
Nice job. All right, everyone. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere. This is going to be a hell of a battle. Love you all. See you in a bit. See you in 10.
Let's go.
Okay, all right. Hello, you all. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Role Players. Thanks for sticking with us as we took a quick break. We all got some food and drink, and we're ready to continue.
Welcome back.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Get our axes ready. We're going in.
I ate really fast and I keep burping, and I'm
God.
also drinking seltzer. Just letting you
Love
know.
it.
Dude,
That can be
that's-
your bonus attack.
I never
Yes.
eat before the show. I always,
Well,
I
some
always
of
eat
us
at break. Like, and I'm
get
like shovel it down as fast
hungry.
as I can. Oh my God,
Yeah.
I eat like a pig. I eat constantly.
True. Yes.
It's true.
Well, you're like
dog burped
6'11", so.
Have you guys ever had your Genevieve? Have any of your dogs ever burped? Have you ever heard of?
Oh,
dogs?
all the time my dog burps. It's like,
Oh my God! It was the first time I ever heard one today, and I was like, we all heard it, and we were like,
it's
was
very
that a
cute.
dog?
That's awesome.
It's
It was
very cute.
And then the dog goes.
But she had just gulped a bunch of cereal
Here
because
you
she wasn't
go.
supposed to.
Hi.
She's like,
Yeah, dogs are great.
Ate garlic. Hi.
Better than normal dog breath. I'd be fine with garlic dog breath.
Wow, that's
That's
saying
true.
something. That's saying something.
It is saying something really.
Okay. All right, I've got
Okay.
my snake stuff pulled up. Okay, so before we go back in, I just want to do a quick reminder about the giveaway that we're doing for all our new followers. Thank you for the love. We have a big giveaway coming up as soon as I'm not sure if it triggers when we hit 1K or it's just our pathway to 1K, but we're giving away a ton of cool stuff from Skull Splitter Dice. Skull Splitter. And
Figure it out.
and then also some, there you go, boom, and some role players merch, t-shirts, and all that good stuff. So make sure that you check it out in our socials. Maybe somebody's gonna link it in chat. I have no idea, but you get entries for, you know, like checking out our YouTube page, following our socials, subscribing to us. Those who have subbed tonight, thank you very much. You get extra entries to the contest, which has started officially. So you might want to check it out and see if you win something. I don't know, but I think you should check it out. But in the meantime, we are going to go back in and watch everybody die in this chamber to this pretty poisonous snake. That is.
Chamber of secrets.
Oh, it's poisonous. He didn't say that before.
I did. I said it had a poison sac that
did.
you
He
could
said
see
it had
was
a-
so.
I wasn't listening.
Big poison sack.
Fair
Come on,
enough.
guys.
Totally.
It's venomous, not poisonous.
Oh, yes.
Wait, what's the difference between venom and poison? Honestly,
Poison is
Animals
ingested,
can't
venom is
be-
injected.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, let's see.
Oh, like
Keon.
poisonous dart frogs.
Let's see what happens.
Like the poison that's about to be venom that's going to be injected in
So
me.
now it's targeting Keon to start. It gets a surprise attack on Keon. No, just kidding.
Rude.
It was so this thing. So first of all, let's change the music because we've had enough of the creepy slow music. We need to now trigger snake battle. Music.
Snake it up, snake it in.
Here we go.
Bum, bum, bum. Okay.
Okay.
All right, everyone. So, Erisette, you taking the plunge into darkness with your, with your dark vision, you knew it must be deeper than 60 feet, but you jumped anyway. And you fell. You took a lot of damage. You impacted these rocks. You're prone. Keon, Hortzak, Rika, and Faruka all slid down after you to protect you. Ciara and Seville up at the top. As you pulled out your Moon Touch rapier and held it up, you saw it was giving off just enough light to see this gargantuan snakehead pulling back its long coils coiling up around its mouth, opening, huge teeth, and a poison sac right there, ready to do something. Is it poison? Is it venom? We'll find out. So everybody, roll. Go ahead and roll. Is that too loud? It seems like it's a touch loud.
No, it's not too bad.
Not bad, actually.
All right,
Yeah,
we're
that's how I like. That's where I like my initiatives. Finally above a 10.
I've been told to turn it down here.
Or one.
Okay,
I know.
hold on.
Same,
Hold on a
I'm with
second.
you there.
I kind of I like lower initiatives because then I can like see what everyone else does.
There
Right.
you go.
And mine are always like
responsive.
first.
Hang
What's
out
the
at the
situation
back.
here?
It's fine.
All right.
Okay. Let me roll for Mr.
I'm rolling
or Mrs.
too.
Snake here. And okay. All right. So 25 to 20. What do we got?
Ah, I have 22.
22 Faruka.
25
Oh, Seville sitting on that
on
one.
the nat. On the nat.
On the net.
Nice.
Wow.
Wow.
Old natty roll. I'd rather have that for an attack, but we'll see.
Okay.
Right.
Hold on a second. I've got Snake is what did I say? Okay, and I'll roll for Quartzak. He is 12.
That's what I am.
I gotta remember what his initiative is. Bop, bop, bop. Okay. Oh, we put 5. Okay, that's pretty good. 17 for Hordy. Somebody want to roll for Ciara, or do you want me to roll for her?
I'll roll for her.
Okay, tell me what you
I
got.
don't know. I feel like rolling. I got a 12.
Okay, so 13. All right, so 13 for Ciara.
Sounds
Okay.
about right.
All right.
Track.
Faruka 22. Okay, 15, 20.
Oh, me. Sorry.
What'd you get?
18.
18. Nice, Rika. Quartzak's right behind you. 15 or 10, 15.
13.
13.
I love it, my dancing.
And Ciara.
Music's such a bop.
Totally. I can't.
Okay.
Gonna die.
All right, who am I missing? Do I have everybody?
Keon, what'd you roll?
Okay, Keon, what'd you get?
Originally a 19, but then at disadvantage, 4.
Oh, yes. Oh, Keon.
At least it was for this.
You know why? Because D&D is real, because you can't see anything. There's just a
shit.
faint bit of blue light coming off of her rapier, and you're like, what are you guys looking at? Meanwhile, this like giant snake head rising
like,
up
I can't see anything.
right behind you. Okay. Seville, you are still up top with Sierra. With your perception check that you rolled before, you look down, you can't really see. You saw one by one people dropping down into darkness right at the outside edge of your dark vision. I guess you can actually see the top of them because it's 50, 60, I can't remember now. Feet
60,
down.
yeah.
And
guess
then you
60,
see
yeah.
this snake kind of move in and coil up right over them. So what would you like to do?
Are they 5 feet away?
From the snake? Yes.
Someone, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I am. Can I get a POV of Seville? Can I see that top camera view?
Yeah. Stand by. There it goes. Okay, there you go.
Okay, nice. That's what I'm looking at.
Hell yeah.
I'm taking my hand crossbow and I am firing. It's disadvantage, but I have advantage with. Oh no, I don't have disadvantage. I have disadvantage, but I'm going to fire anyways. But
Okay.
I got sneak attack.
You get advantage with height, right? If you're shooting down.
Oh
the
yeah,
high
I do.
ground?
So then
You got the high ground.
the
in
high
there?
ground. Okay, so yeah, so then just
no,
normal.
you don't. I don't know. You get advantage
No?
for that. No,
I don't know. DM?
no.
Okay.
There's no Anakin high ground.
13 is the lowest.
Hold on. I'm pausing your thing. Oh my God, where's this? No, that does not hit.
Okay.
Giving you a few seconds extra on your clock as. Okay, go. What are you
All
doing?
right, I'm gonna hit it with a mind hammer with my bonus action.
Okay. Rolling a con save. That is a
14.
23.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. Oh shit! Did I just lose everybody?
No.
No, you're all good.
You're good.
You're
You're
good.
good.
All right, Seville. I think he's having connection issues, but it does
Did I
not
just lose
hit.
everybody?
Anyway, Faruka, you're
Okay,
up.
wait. Did I lose everybody?
No,
For a
Not
minute,
I'll
we're back.
Did the mine hammer work?
no, it did not.
Okay.
it got a 23.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. All right, Faruka, go ahead.
Who's closest to the snake?
Okay, Rika is right next to it with Ariset right behind, and Hortzak is close, kind of even with Ariset.
Just to make sure everyone's safe, I cast a mirror image.
Okay.
4 images of me pop around me, and they start to swirl. And I get in front of the snake after I pull out my machete, just so I could threaten it. And
Nice.
I'll set and get ready to get hit in the face with some poison.
Okay,
That's my turn.
okay, nice.
Rookie, you're so brave.
No.
So crazy, so brave. Rika, you're up, and then Hortzak's after.
All right, I'm going to summon Sparky,
Okay.
who's going to take the form of a weasel because they eat snakes. So like the biggest
Oh, cool.
fire
Okay.
weasel we can get. And I never realized this before, but anything within 10 feet needs to succeed on a dex saving throw of 14.
Okay.
Can you summon it behind us?
So I'm doing it like towards Snaky Snake, but so
like behind it or something. I'm gonna use this.
yeah.
I'm gonna use that. So it appears behind, and okay, has to saving throw. What kind? Sorry.
Dex 14.
Dex.
Is there
no.
lots of flames now?
It's 13. It's in
right,
the shape of a
2d6.
giant weasel.
But is there
2d6
flames?
fire damage. So I roll that.
Yeah, you go ahead and roll that.
1 and 4, so 5.
5. Okay.
All right.
GM.
Yeah.
The fire weasel emits light for our fair.
Oh
human
yes, it
family.
does. Yes, it does.
Is there a silhouette of a giant snake now?
There is indeed. Yeah.
Oh, fuck!
All right. Rika, I'll give you a few extra seconds. Did you want to do anything else on that turn?
No, I'm good.
Okay, awesome. All right. So Hortzak turns and is going to push through Eureka and Haruka. Just kind of get knocked
Eureka.
aside as he is going to rage. And so bonus action rage, and he's going to take a huge swipe. He's going to bring it down straight overhead with all the power that he has. That is definitely a hit. That's a 24. And I'm going to go ahead and roll his second attack. Ooh, hopped out, but I'll take it at 18 plus 9. Also hits. Both of those big hits as he comes in with 3, 4, 7 plus 12, 19 points of damage as he just comes in, huge swings, and is going to stay right there in front of it as well. All right, that's Hortzak's turn. The snake now.
I love that crocodile.
Let me mark
That's
these down
crocodile.
before I forget. Okay, awesome. Now the snake, as it was just about to strike, just takes these two blows, these huge blows from Hortzak. It now is focused on him. First thing it does, you see the mouth opens up and it just, in quick succession, 2 bites down on Hortzak. First one, that definitely hits. That's a 25 to hit. Second one misses. So
Nice.
he's gonna roll 4, 9,
Oh, it's a lot of dice.
15. Don't even forget 17. 20 points of
Oh shit!
of piercing damage as the teeth sink into Hortzak. You see him, and he almost drops his great axe.
Damn.
When I see that, I say, "Fall back! I got the front."
And then it's looking over at you, and it sees all of the. How many mirror images do you
I
have?
have 3 illusionary duplicates.
Okay, and it's seeing those, and it's looking worried. So it's going to target the second one. So you let me know if this is an actual.
It has an AC of 10 plus my dexterity modifier, so that would be 13 AC for it.
Okay. And so you see its mouth opens up, and once again, you can see it's got this just hole in the lower part of its jaw. It opens up, and you see this shoots this spray of poison at one of these. I guess this duplicate. Oh, that's terrible. That's an 8 to hit.
Hey, boo! Dodge.
So even the duplicate dodges out of the way, no problem. Sees it coming.
So 4 of us still up.
And it's going to slink off into the darkness, back into this corner. So Faruka, Portak, Rika, and Sparky all get opportunity attacks on it.
Nice.
Holy cow.
Portak's gonna roll. Portak hits.
Oh, with machete.
What's an opportunity?
Nope.
You get a.
What do I do?
You get a melee attack on it basically. As the thing is leaving your melee range, you get to just do a quick swipe out at it with the melee attack.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Like a dagger.
That was
or something.
good. Yeah, dagger, staff, or whatever you have that's a melee weapon you might be holding. Portak just cracks it, sees it start to spool away, and just catches it, so it really impacts it. You see scales explode as the giant axe blade digs into its back. Faruko, what'd you get?
Nat 1. I don't know if I hit anyone. It's dark. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm just saying because you're kind of. Well,
I'm surrounded by my own duplicates.
Yeah,
so.
You might hit one of your duplicates, but I don't want to get into that.
Okay.
And Rika.
What am I rolling?
Let me pull up your character and see if you have any melee.
I do. I have a scimitar. I could
you have a
also do a
scimitar.
cantrip. Could I do a cantrip or no?
You have Warcaster?
Yeah, I don't think you have Warcaster. So I'm gonna say you're gonna pull.
So I can't do a different cantrip because I have Thorn Whip that says. Can I not do that?
Not in a reaction. If you look at your sheet and you click on reaction.
Oh, reaction. Oh, thank you.
This is a reaction. So yeah, but you can use your scimitar. Just
Yeah, I want to do
quickly
that.
switch to it and just swipe up. Go ahead and roll your attack.
4.
You rolled 4 plus 4, 8. So no, that misses.
No. Wait.
It's whatever
did
you
I
roll
do?
in your dex.
I'm sorry.
You just roll your d20 and add 4 to it. You've got a plus
I didn't
4.
roll my d20. That was my problem. I rolled a 19.
Oh,
Good,
yeah,
perfect.
that actually hits. So, Rika, we haven't seen you, wield this this scimitar yet. So tell us what we see as this thing starts to uncoil and move away from you. What do you do?
I get it out from behind my back and I just scream. And I aim for his where I think his neck is.
Okay. Yeah, you just bring it down. You catch at that great moment as it's starting to bend its neck, and you see the scales lift up a little bit, and you just get the blade right under those scales. You see it, the flesh splitting and the blood squirting out. Hisses at you as it moves away, and Hortzak takes a second and is like, well, all right.
All right.
Okay, well done. That is the Snakey's turn. Erisette, you're up.
Okay. I immediately touched my moon necklace, so I am indeed invisible.
Okay.
I start booking it around. Is that a rock, by the way, John, or something,
Yeah,
or not?
it's a pile of rubble here. I'm sorry I didn't say that because nobody's asked, actually. It is a pile of rubble directly from where the ceiling collapsed.
Okay, cool. So I'm invisible, and I'm parkour-wise, I'm running up the rock, and as I get to the top, I use my boots of cloud walk to give me an extra boost, and I jump with the momentum onto that rope, okay? Hopefully, the rope, and I give an extra boost with my boots of cloud walk, so that I swing the rope in the opposite direction from that snake. And I'm invisible. As I'm going towards this snake, as I get closer and closer, I do a cantrip to give it poison spray right in the eyes. Okay.
Okay.
I then jump off,
Hold on.
run away, hide behind that
I'm going
second
to
block.
construct a rudimentary lathe. No.
No. I mean,
This is a lot. Okay. Let's.
Honestly, I haven't used a lot of my distance, I don't think yet.
No. Okay. First of all, you were prone on your back, so just standing, you use half of your speed.
All right.
In addition, you're doing a lot of actions here. You know, your action, and I totally forgot about my chaos timer. You're lucky. I'm starting it. That, you know, your attack or whatever, and like grabbing a rope and doing all these things, and your boots of cloud walk. I mean, you're doing a lot in one turn. So I'd say you can move. You can do some of these cool moves if you want to position yourself, and you're going to wait for an attack.
Fuck all that. I hide behind the rock and I go pew, pew, right towards the snake's eyes. Forget it. All the rest.
Okay.
I hide behind the rock and I shoot at the because that's cooler than what I came up with.
I was gonna let you do like a fair amount. Just I was trying to slow you down before you added on top of the cantrip. If you want to do all that and just the cantrip, I'll let you do that. Do you want to do that?
I need to be able to run away from this. I mean, okay.
If you stay on the rope, if you stay on the rope.
If I stay on the rope, will you let me do that?
Yeah.
Okay, so then I swing close. While I'm close, I like mace it in the eye with my poison spray.
Okay.
Still can't see me.
That's
I
another
swing
minute.
back.
This is like a 2-minute turn. Okay.
Whatever. And then I duck behind, and then does that still give me room to shoot it with my arrows or not?
No, you're not gonna get another attack, but I'll let you poison spray it.
I mace it in the eyes and do a lot of cool
So
stuff with my
make a notation of the couple of the cloud walk steps. I'd say you probably take 2 to get enough momentum to swing this rope.
Yeah.
So give me several things. Give me an acrobatics check.
Okay. All right. That is 15.
Okay, that's fine. All right.
Okay.
I mean, it could probably look a little bit more Legolas-y, but you did all right. And
I'm like practically broke. I sprained both my ankles.
That's true. Well, you've been healed a bit, so.
Yeah.
All right. So, and then poison spray. It's a con save, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta be better than 12.
Better than 12. Okay. It's got a +5 to its con, so. Oh, and it rolled a 17, so it's fine.
Wow.
Yeah. So, also, remind you that it
Actually, for some reason, the con here says 14.
doesn't matter, because as you see the poison hit the snake, like it has 0 impact on the snake. Like doesn't seem to mind it at all. And remember, it's got a giant poison shooter.
Right.
Keep it in mind. All right, Airset, you're gonna stay on. We're gonna have you on this. On the rope.
Did she swing close to it and then she's swinging
not
back?
Yeah. Like Tarzan.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I'll just put you. There you go. There. You're up on the. Let's see if
Invisible.
I can zoom in. It's gonna have to. Hold on. It's dark. We'll get more light. Stand by.
Exposure.
Come on. It's not even set to manual. What are you doing?
Kind of dark, yeah.
Hold on.
But
We're in a dark room. It works.
There,
Yeah,
I
it's
turn,
okay, we can
I turn
see.
some extra light on. Okay, it'll
Okay.
pop up there in a second. All right.
all right.
Hey.
Oh wow. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So we know it's basically immune to poison now.
Okay. Thank you.
Some would say that would have been obvious, but you just really never know.
No, it's fine. You're the heat of battle. Then your 5-minute, 1-minute chaos clock. It's fine. Ciara's turn. She's up there with you, Seville. You just see her kind of shrink away, seeing this massive snake and the party. She's just up there against the wall, kind of in terror. Keon, you're up.
All right, so Faruka,
Hi.
we need to find us a way out of this chamber, and I'm gonna walk forward past Faruka, and I'm gonna stand adjacent, about giant snake's width apart from Sparky, the giant weasel. Currently,
Okay.
I'm going to unsheath Dudagnir from my back,
Okay.
and I'm gonna hold it ready. I'm gonna hold action to attack the snake if it lunges out from the corner towards us.
Okay.
And I'll end my turn.
Okay. Going back to overhead cam. Okay. Great. Seville, you're up.
Oh,
Seville, do we have you?
You're muted. You're actually muted.
Sliding down.
Oh, 2 minutes. You lost
guys.
your turn. No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
All right, you slide down. Seville, you're in Boom.
All right. So that's about I'm going to. How much distance to this snake?
Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 60 feet.
No, I'm going to move to where Hortzak is.
Oop, I'm hitting. Sorry.
Nope.
Stand by. Technical difficulties.
So much light.
I know. Hold on.
I have arrived and I've flashed all this light.
I like that.
Your
We're trying.
My sword.
glowing sword.
I'm using different cameras this time. I barely had time to set them up, so sorry.
Amuil has arrived.
We appreciate the
sword.
Okay. And you're doing what?
So,
You're attacking?
I'm just going. No, I don't think I have the distance, as I just moved down 50 feet.
Yeah.
Which would be like a dash. So I'm just going to use the rest of the dash just to go another 10 feet to hide behind Hortzak.
Okay. All right.
If I can. I don't know where he is on the board, but
He's right in front of you.
oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
I can't see the snake all of a sudden.
And I'm going to hit him with a
Oh.
mine hammer. I'll
Thank
try
you.
another
Where's
mine
the
hammer.
snake?
It's in the corner over there.
It's over
Yeah,
there
I'd like to
hiding.
see him if possible.
Too bad. No.
Bam.
That looks good. That's exactly.
I know. It's like hiding in the shadows.
Yeah.
Ooh, beauty. Could I hit it with a mine hammer?
You can try.
On a bonus action? Yeah, I
Yeah.
can try. Go ahead. Con 14.
Oh, 21.
Yeah.
He's a big
All right.
boy.
I'm
All right. Civil, that's your turn. Faruka, you're up, and Rika, you're next.
I'm going, since there's 4 of me, I'm going to go menace it. I'm going to move to the right of our fiery weasel friend.
Okay.
But I'm not going to go all the way up to it. I'm just going to like start to help make a perimeter so it doesn't like escape and slip by.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cast a spell of Mind Sliver. So like I'm trying to do it very loudly to like menace it and get its attention.
Okay.
And it has to make an intelligence save of 15.
Has a -2 on intelligence.
Perfect.
Wait,
Oh, and it's an 8, so that's a 6. So it definitely does not.
Nice.
So that's 9 points of damage, and
Got
it
it.
has a negative. Roll. It has a -2 to its next saving throw.
-2 save. Big letters. So hopefully I don't forget. Okay, remind me if I do.
-2. Got it.
Awesome. Okay.
That's my turn.
Thank you. Rika, you are up.
I'm going to cast Conjure Animals, and I'm going to conjure 8 giant weasels, which I can do,
Wow.
and
Okay.
set them on the snake.
Okay. Well, why don't you roll initiative for him?
Nice.
Because I think that's part
awesome.
of the spell.
Death by
Okay.
weasel.
They are
You fell.
15. I rolled 15.
15. Okay. Oh, that's great. Okay.
Sparky also gets a turn.
Yeah. Go ahead with Sparky.
We're just gonna do his flame seed,
Okay.
which is somewhere. If anyone knows off the top of their head what it is, that'd be very helpful.
2d6, and it needs to make a dex save, I think.
Yeah, it's
Something else
definitely.
too. 2d6 plus. It's something with there's a plus.
I'll pull it up. I'm gonna have to remember this.
I need to write this down,
Actually,
but I keep
you're gonna have to
forgetting
remember
about
it
it.
because you're running out of time.
I know. I'm sorry.
Actually,
okay,
this is
go.
technically
1,
Sparky's turn, so he has more
3.
time.
Yeah, 1 and 3 is 4.
Yeah, it's a dex save 14. Nat 20. It saves.
Okay, well, never mind.
Yeah.
Thanks anyway, Sparky.
Yeah, so Sparky just shoots this flame seed out, and you see this little mini fireball shoots at it, and the snake just easily moves out of its way, impacting,
and
eating some of the spider web in the corner.
In the essence of fairness, it takes the -2, so it's clear for its negative.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, thank you. Very honest.
Yep. I want my honorable kill
Yep, I love
and
it.
boots.
Okay, Hortzak is up. He is gonna run. He's gonna use his full save. 30. I don't think he can get there. And he's gonna take the damage from Sparky because he went straight line right past it. So roll sparky damage for me for Hortzak.
Oh no. I'm looking up what it is. I'm sorry.
Oh, he's got 40. He's got 40. He can make it.
What is?
Oh, he can make
Yeah.
it.
I'm just
Awesome.
looking up what the damage
He's fast. He's fast. Don't forget that.
And he's raging, and so he just runs right past. You see like his skin kind of like bubbles up a little bit as he runs right by the fire. It's searing, leaving a little smoke trail. He doesn't care. He's and comes down with his big. Oh my God! Rolls a 2. Oh, actually though, he might. No, he misses. Even with a +9, and then the second attack does hit. So the second one, first one, pshing, hits the stone as the snake recoils out of the way, but quickly pulls it up, does sideways where it can't dodge, and the front scales just split apart. Snaps at him for 6 + 6, 12 points of damage on that second attack.
Nice. As long as he makes a dexterity save for our fiery weasel friend, he doesn't take any damage. Otherwise, it's 2d6.
Okay. Dex. Oh, yeah, fine. 17. So it just smokes a little bit, but it doesn't get through his tough croc hide and just keeps running. All right,
really
now weasels are up. So now weasels can attack and
Attack
harass
weasels.
this thing.
Attack.
I don't know how to do that.
Here, I'll pull it up.
+5 to hit.
Okay, thanks.
+5 to hit.
There you go. Roll a d20 and add 5.
8 times.
12.
12?
Yep.
Yeah, technically, how many did you conjure?
8, right?
8 small weasels? Okay.
No, 8. They're giant weasels. I could do 8 giant weasels.
You can do 8 giant weasels? Wow.
Yup.
That's a lot of
So
dice.
they're
That's
all
a lot of
+5 to
weasels.
hit.
Yeah,
and
so
then
you need
they
to roll
have
8.
1d4 + 3 piercing damage for each.
Yes.
It's a lot of rolling.
Help. So someone just write stuff down for me.
Yeah, just go ahead and roll your d20 and we'll do the...
Okay, ready?
So sorry, what was the first one? First one I think
It was a 12, I think.
12 total.
Oh, it's +5.
17.
So 17 hits.
This is too much math. I'm never summoning 8 again.
Okay,
That's
so
one
you-
hit.
You get 1 hit, yep. The
Okay,
second one?
I rolled an 8, so that's a 13.
Nope.
All right.
Okay.
15.
Nope. Or is it 15? That's 15.
15 + 5, 20.
Oh yeah, that hits.
So 2 hits.
7 + 5 is not enough,
Nope.
right?
Nope.
16 + 5.
Yep.
3 hits.
11 + 5.
16, no.
14 + 5.
Yep. 4
What are
hits.
we at? How many have we rolled?
You need to roll 1 more, and you have 3 or 4 hits so far.
16 + 5.
Yes, that's 5 hits.
16 + 5, yeah. So you got 5 hits. No, 5. Sorry, 5 hits
Nice.
for the weasels. Oh my god, this was a
Sorry.
lot. All right,
And
so
now what?
That's a
And,
d4
roll-
plus, what was it, Keon?
3.
+3.
Okay, so roll a
Each.
d4. the
1d4
pyramid.
+ 3.
Yep,
5
Yeah.
times.
5 times.
That's not a 4. Okay, ready?
Pyramid.
The caltrop.
Yep. 3 + 3, 6.
6 damage on the first.
4 + 3,
Okay,
7.
7 on the set.
1 + 3, 4.
4.
Yep.
2 + 3, 5. And 4 + 3, 7.
7. Okay.
That's good
so
damage.
Yeah, that's
A lot of
20.
math.
A lot of math.
29,
Thanks, guys.
29 points of weasel damage.
Yeah,
as,
weasels!
as they go up and like, and just like the snake snapping at him as they all just like scurry all over, or I guess they're big. So just harassing, you just see this form come in. Hortzag's like, oh my god, as they just kind of swarm him and go around and attack this snake. Well done. Now it's now it's the snake's turn, and there are so many targets here.
So many weasels.
So many
a bunch of
weasels.
hobgoblins.
But it's gonna, yep, it goes right for Hortzak. So
Oh, come on.
Hortzak's the biggest thing with a giant axe. He's gonna go for that. God, I'm rolling like crap for my sneaky. Come on. So first one, 14
okay.
misses. Second one, a 4 and a 3. Both of the attacks.
Yes.
They come down, and Hortzak's just right there, deflects the first one with the blade of his axe, and the second one comes down, just happens to grab his armor, and Hortzak just punches it right in the face and pulls away. Instead, you see the body uncoil and wrap around Hortzak really quickly. And let's see if you can get it. Oh yeah, that's a dirty 20. All of a sudden, just starts wrapping around Hortzak, constricting him tight.
A venomous and constricting snake.
5.
A restrictor.
7. Only 7 points. You see, he's just holding it as this thing is trying to squeeze him. 7 points of damage on Hortzak. And he's gonna stay in this corner. Ariset, you're up.
All right.
Come on, Ariset.
I got cover, so I think I have advantage if I'm covered. No?
You're hidden.
Well, it's technically in a grapple, so it is.
You are, however, you're not hidden. You are on a rope, hanging.
No, I dropped and went into the rubble. I told you, I hid myself.
No, you didn't have enough time, action, or movement left. So you were still, remember I told you I'm leaving you on the rope. So.
I hear you. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Shit. Well,
But you now have your full movement and you're still like slowly swinging.
No, I drop down from the rope and I just shoot this snake immediately with my bow.
Since it's in a grapple with Hortzak, does she get advantage?
Are they contesting, or is the snake grappling Hortzak?
No, the snake's grappling Hortzak, so she doesn't get any advantage on it.
Okay, worth a try.
That's fine. Okay, the first is anyway, it doesn't matter, it's a 27.
Oh yeah.
And the second arrow is a 25. So they both straight away.
Wow.
Okay, give me your damage.
In the eyes, and that's what I was aiming for. I was aiming for the eyes, Judge. So,
You're aiming for the eyes. Okay, you're telling me that now. What? You got 20,
blind it.
25 and 27?
Yeah, so that's 5 with one of the damage. And that's 12 with the other damage. So
nice.
So 17 altogether of damage.
Beautiful.
In the eyes. I'm hoping that blinds it a little bit.
I'm going to say that because of the direction that it's facing you, that you definitely take out its left eye.
Yes.
So you see one arrow just right into its black, glossy eye, and it even kind of lets go of Hortzak a little bit.
Okay.
That
now
definitely.
I still have some movement? Do I still have some movement?
Yeah, you just drop down. I'm not even counting that. You just let go.
All right, so now I run to cover myself behind the rubble.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Your best would be on the back side of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. All right, Ariset. Ciara's still frozen. She's staying at the top. Keon, you're up.
Well, now that it's got my buddy Hortzak, better do something about this. Am I able to squeeze in? Well, it's kind of swarmed by weasels, so if I... You know, I'm just trying to work out what's going on.
There's a fallen statue right in front of it. Like, if you want to do any cool stuff.
I'm very tired, so I will
that's right.
And I'm not very dexterous, so I will try and weave my way.
You can weasel your way in.
I'll weasel. And I'm gonna just fucking hit it with my greatsword. Going for it. Do I get any advantage seeing as it is a ball of weasels?
You know, because the size of this snake, I mean, it's almost like you're getting jostled so much you could almost have disadvantage because you're trying to fight to get in there. You're definitely not gonna have advantage on it. Just a straight roll.
Okay, cool. Well, in which case it's at disadvantage. So 11 on the first, 15 on the second, so that will be a 11 plus 7, so for an 18.
That hits.
Hit. All right. 2d6 on the first. Re-rolling because great weapon fighting. So 5 plus 5 plus 4, so that's 14 points of damage on the first attack.
Nice.
And then 18, 15, so that will be a 22 to hit on the second attack.
Nice, yep.
One again, re-rolling because great weapon fighting.
Yes.
So 4 plus 5 for 9 plus 4, so 13 points of damage on the second.
Strike. Beautiful. It's beautiful.
Wow.
Significant.
Wow, okay, yeah. So you go in there, and despite the chaos and the turbulence of all of these fucking weasels all over the place, and Hortzak caught up in this thing, you just come in this massive sword and just expertly slice twice. This thing is starting to look pretty, not terribly rough, but it's definitely dropped pretty significantly. Good job, Keon. Seville, we're back to you.
All right, I'm dashing, and I want to run up that fallen statue. I want to go to its blind side, the left eye. I can see the arrow sticking out of it, so I want to give myself. I'm guessing I have advantage as I can. I want to attack on its left side so it doesn't see me coming.
Okay, the stone is
And I'm
on its right side, just so you know.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Well,
fuck it.
but if you
It's cool
jump off,
anyways.
if you jump off the angel though, we do the same thing,
Yeah.
and you'd stay in its left. It's
Cool.
fine.
All right,
Okay.
let's do it. Jump off
Okay.
the angel. I've got
I'll just put you over there.
Anuil drawn, and I'm just coming down like a hammer on this thing.
All right, go ahead. I think I'm gonna need a little more light since you're all congregating over there. There we go.
All right, that is a 16.
16 misses.
Sons of bitches.
Just
I
misses.
literally rolled a 6 and a 2.
Oh man.
And I got a plus 10 to hit. That's ridiculous. All right. I will sit in shame, and I'll hit it with a mine hammer.
Okay. That I think fails, even with its +5. It's 14.
Nice.
What's the save?
It makes it 14.
Go through with Sierra.
Man.
All right.
Yeah, so you feel like it has to fight that one off, but it manages to hold on.
All right, I use my bonus action. So I'll,
Okay.
I'll just back off a little bit, however many feet I have left. I would have dashed 60 feet, so I'm just going to back up a little.
Okay, I'll back you up a little. Faruka, you are up.
All right. I'll go up the step. Well, first, I'm going to cast Mind's Liver to,
Okay.
again, do a little bit of damage.
It's con, right?
DC is int, so intelligence.
Oh, intelligence. Oh, right, because it's got a -2 to that. That's a 12.
Okay, so it takes. Oh, it only takes 4 damage, but it takes a negative. Only it takes a -1 to its next save, and
Got
then
it.
I'll run up the statue to get on the platform. And since there's still 4 of me, I scream at its face to get its attention. So
Okay.
like have it on me, so people can have a little bit of advantage since it's on its blind side. I'll take the visual side,
Okay.
and then. Yeah, there we are.
And
Red
yeah, you
platform.
see the head like hisses right at you,
Come at
sees
me.
you. Nice. Okay. Rika.
I'm going to. Oh crap! I just lost the thing. Okay, I'm going to use Burning Hands
Ooh,
and
nice.
grab onto the end of its tail.
Okay, first
So-
let me get you there.
If I
'cause
can
you're
do
pretty,
that.
You're pretty
Point
far
blank?
away.
Oh, am I too far to do that? I'll do something else if I'm too far.
You can't get there to touch it. You're right behind Hortzak. Or you can kind of move laterally, like next to
Scorch.
the.
Am I within 15 feet?
Yeah, you're within 15 feet.
Okay.
If you're gonna do things like
Oh, it
that,
says each creature. I don't want to do that because I don't want to hit Hortzak. In that
Or
case,
the
I will.
weasels.
I'll say you can
too.
get up on this angel. I don't know if you
Okay.
can see it. You're up on the wing. You can make it right there. So
Can I just hit the snake then?
you can just hit
Or-
the snake because Hortzak's being held, but down below.
Okay, cool. I'll do that then.
Okay.
So that is a Dex 13,
Okay.
but -1 because of Faruka.
Yes,
Yes.
and it doesn't matter anyway because it got a 10 plus 2 minus 1 fails.
Yes.
Yay!
Nicely
so
done.
3d6 plus I have Sparky, so another D8.
Oh yeah, that's right.
right.
Nice.
So 5 plus 1 plus 5 is math. 11 plus 2 is 13.
Wow.
And that's just my turn. Now it's Sparky's turn.
Sure, let's give it a shot.
All right, we're gonna do some flame seed with Sparky. Which is, I always forget what this stupid thing is.
It's a ranged attack.
1d6 plus 3, I think it is.
Yeah, roll your d20 first.
Oh
see if
crap,
it
I didn't
hits.
do that.
Yeah.
16?
Or is it a save? Actually, is it a save?
It is. No, it's a ranged weapon attack. Flame seed.
I rolled
Okay.
a 16.
Spell attack.
Okay. That does not hit.
Okay.
But you have weasels.
But it's not their turn yet.
Yeah, it's not the turn.
Oh,
yet.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, Rika, that's your turn. Horde Sack is up and is gonna pull out his big battle axe and try to hit it again. And pull up his sheet. Okay. And he's also trying to find a good avenue here with all these. Oh yeah, no problem. First one hits, and second one misses. Damn. So it hits for, that's good though, 15 points. As he just gets one good. Look at Snake.
Is he grappled?
Yeah.
Oh shit, yeah, he's grappled, but he's not. Oh wait, is he restricted? Shit, I forgot he was
If he's grappled, he's restrained.
Yeah.
Restrained, yes, well, not with the Froghemoth, interestingly, but with this one, he is restrained. Restrained, yeah. Oh, so hold on, he's gonna have to try to, so scratch that, he's gonna have to try to get out.
Perfect.
That's no problem. Yep, that's a dirty 20. So he just kind of like spreads his arms, snaps the snake off of him. Unfortunately, that's his turn, but he is free.
Yay!
And Weasel turn.
Weasels.
Yeah.
Weasel's attack.
20
Nice.
times 8 to 8 times, right? Same
Yeah.
thing? Okay.
D20 plus 5.
Who's helping me?
Form of
I'll
a
count the
disease.
rolls. Someone count the actual successes.
Yeah.
So 12 plus 5.
Yep. 17. That's the AC.
11 plus 5.
No.
17 plus 5.
Yep.
1 plus 5. 8 plus 5, no. 14 plus 5.
Yep, that one hits.
13 plus 5.
Yep.
9 plus 5.
That's your 8 rolls.
Okay. And then damage of how many
You got
damage?
4.
How many? 4 of them? 2 plus 3 is 5. 4 plus 3 is 7. 3 plus 3 is 6. 2 plus 3 is 5.
5, 10,
Sure.
17,
Together.
23
Awesome.
points.
It's a hectic spell.
We need more weasels in our life.
Yeah, also, I'm never doing that again. So.
I know, I'm like, Jesus.
Sorry,
so once
guys. I didn't know it'd be this hard.
No,
Once again,
do it.
you-
We need the help.
Yeah, no, it's great. Are you kidding? Did you see this swarm of weasels again? They're large, they're coming in, they're scratching and biting and just harassing this snake terribly. Okay, now it's Snake's turn, and I'm gonna roll a d6 because I've got so many targets. Actually, I'm gonna roll a d10.
I'm in its face.
I know.
I'm right here.
I know, you're right there. It's looking at you. And guess what? It gets you, Faruka.
No.
You were my
What did
number
it roll?
one. Rolled a 1.
Oh, it rolled a
it's-
1?
Yeah, but I mean, just for my target selection.
Perfect.
So it's gonna, first strike is 23 as it comes down.
Ooh.
It knocks out the first, what do you call it? Illusion. Near
Okay,
me.
all right. Second
By
attack.
2 up.
18.
That actually hits me. So I have
Okay.
to, I'll take a hit.
Okay. All right. Okay, 2, 8,
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
11,
got you.
16, 19 points of piercing damage. And it's not going to constrict again. It's starting to freak out a little bit. It's going to...
But I still have 2 illusions up, so hopefully that helps.
Yeah, it goes, this time its mouth opens and it shoots out another glob of poison, this time at Hortzak. And
Oh, my
plus,
buddy.
plus 5 to hit.
Oh, he's taking a lot of hits.
That's a dirty 20. That hits.
Oh, God.
Oh no!
How's
Come on,
Hortzak
Sack.
doing? Is he,
And-
Come on, sack attack.
Okay, he's got to make a Constitution saving throw. Hold on a second.
He's becoming hurt, Zach.
Oh shit.
Sack.
God, Hortzak is
Hurt sack.
he's in some hurt now. You see this glob hits Hortzak square in the chest, and he just kind of, and his axe drops from him, and he just
No.
looks kind of frozen there.
Oh.
That is Snaky Swords. Airset, you are up. Oh, and you know what?
I-
Man, it wants to get away, but there is
It's
just
surrounded.
nowhere to go. Yep. All right, there's that go.
Okay.
Nowhere to run to, baby.
This is the time. I'm just gonna have to use my golden bow of enlightenment.
Okay.
And
Magic
so
bow?
I'm
Is
still
that the actual name of it, or?
I'm still covered, and I take a moment,
is.
and this time I really concentrate with it, and I try to remember the woman who appeared to me and said that she is with me, and I take my aim, and I just go at it with 2 different arrows. It gives me advantage on the attack.
Yep.
And it creates a beam of sunlight 5 feet wide, 60 feet long.
All of you are dazzled as suddenly this beam of sunlight out of nowhere just blasts this snake, and you see it recoils, slamming into the wall. The light itself, so bright. Even though that eye is down, it's so bright, it's engulfing this thing. This is lit up like a target. Go ahead, Arisat.
All right, and I'm just like, take cover if you can, and I go for it. So I guess I gotta roll.
You do. You have advantage, though. You have advantage.
Kill it, pin it. We're surrounding it. Yep.
An excited roll. What'd you get, Arisat?
Okay, well I'm on advantage. The first one fell out of my dice, so okay, I got. Hold on. The suspense is
Math. It's always the math.
It's a 21. No, it's. Does it have a modifier? It says 1d8 plus 4, but I don't know what it.
Yeah, you add 9 to the attack.
Okay, then 23.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Okay.
It also has to make a con saving throw against that sunlight.
The light.
Yeah.
So it's got a +5. It rolled a nat 1 because D&D is motherfucking real.
Yeah!
And that sunlight hits it in its bad dead eye, and it can't do anything. So first roll 2d8 radiant damage. Your clock is stopped because this is
It's also
epic.
on a critical fail because that's a 1. It's also blinded until my next turn.
Oh yes, good reading your shit.
Wow.
Nice. So it is blinded. Oh
Yes.
god. I
Blinded
don't
now.
know if it's gonna have another turn. Let's see what you do here.
No eyes. Let's kill it.
Okay.
Someone
so
drag Cortex
2d8
away.
Radiant damage plus.
Maybe one of the weasels.
This poor
that's-
creature.
It's just a little snake, just trying to be a snake.
Four. I think on top of so it's 6 radiant damage on top of my normal
Correct.
attack damage.
Correct.
So what's that mean? I roll another d8 for the normal
Yeah,
attack
it's a
damage?
D8 plus 4. You do that twice because didn't both of them? Did you do 2 shots?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I get
with
an
one.
extra 2d8,
That's radiant. That's for the sunlight. Right.
but that's on top of my normal attack damage.
Correct.
Yeah. So for
Correct.
the normal attack damage, I still roll another 8.
D8.
Yep.
Yeah,
D8
for
plus
the
4.
arrow.
Plus 4 for the arrow that hit.
11, but it's plus 1 because because it's a tune, so it's actually 8. No, 12 of damage.
There you go.
Like
12 plus, I think it was 6 of radiant damage.
It's a D. Oh man, you
I'm
got this.
confused.
Okay, the bow damage is a D8 plus 4. So what'd you roll for the bow damage?
I got 12.
Okay, total. All right, so 12
Yes.
points total.
Right.
And
Yeah.
only one arrow hit.
No, they both hit.
Okay, so roll that again. So it's 12 points already.
Okay.
So another D8 plus 4.
That's 11. So that's altogether
That's 23.
damage.
But do you have the
Yeah.
radiant damage now? Did you give that to me already? The 2D8 radiant
that was
damage?
6, I think
Yeah.
you said.
Yeah.
So, okay, so 29 points of damage.
Nice.
oh my god.
That's good. It's still up.
It's
All right.
barely up.
Good.
They're set so close.
Keon, finish it.
Yeah, Kian, you're up.
Just breathe
So-
on it.
This creature is blinded, right?
It is blinded.
Is it still grappled
like you.
also?
Nope.
Okay. Because it's blinded, I get advantage against it on attacks, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So flat rolls. I'll
Nice.
charge up amidst the weasel ball, and the sort of almost a melancholy come down on it with Dudagnir. twice. First will be a 20 to hit.
Oof, that hits. Why don't you just roll damage on that?
That's 13 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. So this all happens really quickly. I'll let you finish it off. But Erisette, you conjure that blast of sunlight and the snake recoiling, like just pressed up against that wall in the corner. Another arrow sticks in the side, and out of like, as the light is starting to dissipate, Keon just appears, blade coming down. Keon, I'll let you take it from there. Tell us how you end this thing.
Yay!
Beautiful.
I take one step on top of a weasel.
What?
And
Oh,
how else am I going to get to it?
Okay.
And as the creature is rearing up in its death throes, I'll just come through and lop its head off.
Awesome.
Sort of a melancholic gaze. It's pretty sad.
Well, you all are stunned as you see this giant snake kind of twitching and collapse in that corner. Its last breath oozing out, the poison starting to run out of its sac, its huge teeth gleaming, glistening in the light of the residual spell work that is starting to fade. And you're all heavily panting and catching your breath.
I go and I take my dagger, I slice off its head.
I think
cut it off.
Keon already cut that off.
Yeah, it's already good.
Sorry, right. And well, I'm trying to find a way to like milk this somehow to like
Poison sac.
get the poison out of it.
I see what you're doing. It's in the back of its neck.
Yeah, you
want
can
to just carve it carefully.
I mean, would you want to do the honors? And I let him borrow my moon dagger.
I have a big hole in me, so I'm gonna pass on that.
All right.
I'm gonna get away from these fucking weasels.
Do you not like weasels?
Do you think
What's wrong with my weasels? They're our friends. You know they can still help us, right?
How long do the weasels
What are
stay
they
out?
doing?
An hour.
So long as she's concentrated.
Well, you can have them eat. I mean,
But they
plenty
can
of
help
snakes.
us.
They could. They'd climb right up that rope. They can get out.
Oh, they can get Sierra.
I'm going to look around this chamber while Erisette's cutting out poison sacs.
Is there a way to store them without damaging myself, you think?
The what?
The poison sac.
Poison. Do you have a bottle?
Do I
You
have
have
it?
some leather?
Does anybody?
I have some leather. I think I would probably, right? I don't know.
Yeah, I think.
mean-
I would have leather.
Yeah, you also
do you
have
have
like a water skin or something you could dump out and put it in there.
Just remember it's in there.
Yeah, you have some options.
Label it.
All right.
Caution tape around it.
Yeah.
Erisette
Yeah.
dies by self-poisoning.
I mean, I'm just like hoping I have something to throw at something sometime, like little throwing stars or something.
Do you
What
have
about your
darts?
arrows?
Yeah.
Can I poison my arrows with it if I want to one day?
Yeah.
I don't
Sure
see why
can.
not.
All right, so I do. I wrap them. I take them out like surgically with my very nimble and long, slender hands, and I carve them out. Hopefully, almost. If you want to have me do a dex throw, I'm happy to.
No, I'll have you do. Yeah, just give me a straight dex check. Let's see how.
All right, that's an 8 this time because I may have nimble hands, but I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say you might lose a couple sacks in the process. You know, so
Okay.
you don't get as much as you were hoping because you
Or
haven't
maybe
done
I
this
just get
before.
one. But like a little goes a long way with this stuff, probably, right?
Yeah, and just to be nice, I'll be a nice DM. I did say it is leaking out of its spout, basically in the head. Now that the neck's been severed, it's literally pouring out of that hole in its mouth. If you want to collect some there.
Let's get a
Yeah,
bowl.
Does anybody have any bottles? Anybody?
Yes. And I'll delve into my hard metal case, and I have some spare vials and stuff. Fill these up.
Thank you very much. So I take it and I fill it all the way up, and I keep it in my pouch.
Okay. All right.
I
yes.
go to Faruka and I
Hortzak
cast.
first. Hortzak first.
Oh crap!
After about
Yeah.
a minute, and you guys start to look over at him, he kind of shakes it off. Oh.
Well, I'm all right. Oh, I did not like that. That was rough.
How you feeling, buddy? I mean, these holes are mighty fine trophies, but
No, I'm all right. I'm all right. I appreciate it. That poison seemed to freeze me up, but I'm okay. I'm all right.
need
I think
healing?
you still need some help, some healing.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not 100%, but I'm not bad. Maybe we'll save it for later.
If he passes, I'll take it. That was.
I can heal both of you.
Oh, perfect.
I think. I need help.
What you casting?
Healing spirit. I can use it on 2 different. Right?
Yeah, sorry, I'm
Nice.
pulling up Hortzak to see how injured you. I mean, yeah, Hortzak looks like he got a cut. I mean, he's
Oh, he's okay.
He was a raging barbarian.
yeah, he was fine.
He's chill.
Okay, then I'll just cast
Oh, and actually,
Cure Wounds on Faruka then.
All right. How much?
1d8 plus 3. So 5 plus 3 is 8.
I'll take it.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
and Seville, roll your perception check as or investigation, whatever you're doing.
7.
So
Investigation.
Yeah, investigation. So, what are you looking for specifically? You're just looking around.
Yeah, I'm looking around. The snake came from somewhere to see if it has an exit, and just looking around. General.
Yeah. So, it's a large room, and it is. There's not a lot of light as you move off. There's some still radiant light coming from your the rest of your party, but as you move off deeper into this cavernous room, you find all kinds of things. There are a lot of body parts of creatures in here, things that looks like it's been eating. You see more of these large, what must have been spider nests. Then you see these giant arachnid legs and other pieces that it obviously moved in here and just cleaned out the spiders that were here. You find on the same wall that the giant snake is on, you find a pile of rubble. It must have been another door there. And going around the perimeter, you find another door. This one is perfectly intact, and it has the diamond depression in the middle.
Ooh, nice.
And you see, of course, the 3 angelic statues, one toppled over. That's really all you find.
All right, I'll alert the party that we have another door.
We could send the weasel in first.
Well, before that, send a weasel up and get Ciara. I mean, poor girl.
All right. So I send weasel number 1 up to Ciara, and then I have the other 7. The other 7 are still around me, as is Sparky, by the way.
And but you hear after a moment, you hear, ah, ah, and you see this like little bit of light coming from that hole in the ceiling. Get away, get away.
All right, and I send Sparky up there, and he teleports her down here.
As a glowing, like, fiery shape emerges through the hole. This poor Ciara.
Are you done?
And then
Are you done with the screaming?
She sees all of you, and she's not hurt by Sparky, right? Sparky can
He won't hurt you
choose-
if
yeah. So she's okay. Yeah, I'm fine. And she sees the rest of the weasels. Oh, it was your weasel. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
They're all mine.
I'm fine.
They're fine.
I'm gonna examine the angelic statues since I'm up on a profile, and I want to see if there's anything about it that we can find. I'll investigate.
I'm going with him. Can I also investigate / help the guy who's really good at investigation?
You can definitely give him advantage.
Yeah.
He's aiding you. As you poke around, look at these statues.
So the first roll investigation is a 19. Oh, come on. Second roll, 22.
22. So yeah, you go up and you inspect, and they're definitely statues made of the same stone material that the rest of this place seems to be carved from. Interestingly, you look at the blade and you see there are runic markings on the blade, which you have seen on Seville's sword. Seems like they match up. But there's, they seem to really just be decorative. You don't find any There's no other script. There's nothing else here. Just these 3 statues.
All right. Hey, I turned to Keon. Hey, Keon. These runes look familiar, right? You saw them on. These are from Seville's sword. You think?
I guess so. I mean, all these religious icons, they've been found in the same area, right? He found the sword in the pools, which is down the river, or up the river.
Yes. Well, you said there was a pile of body parts in a different corner, right?
There are various creature body parts, not human or any sort of human or humanoid. They're all creature pieces.
All right. Can I guess dig around, see if I find anything?
I see you, Dungeoneer. I see you.
looking for loot. Looking for loot.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, again, archaeologist, sage. This is how you find information.
Yeah. Roll an investigation check for me, and we'll count this for the whole place. And if you're teamed up together, if you're
Keon, you helping?
And I'll strike a torch.
Weasels are helping too.
Okay.
Oh, the weasel's helping too.
Oh, okay. Weasels give you disadvantage.
Weasels are like.
So 25.
25.
Oh, very nice.
Rolled an 18.
So
find full magical plate.
Yeah, exactly.
That shrinks when you wear it.
Yeah, you find a skeleton key. So searching around, you do, like I said, you find a lot of these kind of creature body parts. You move over to the collapsed doorway, and you can see that it must have been another stairwell that led up above. And you remember that there was a pile of rubble in the hall just above this chamber. There's a lot of heavy stone in there, but it does look like you see like something kind of gleaming in there. But just mentally making a note of that and moving around the rest of the chamber, you find a particularly thick spider nest here. And cutting into it with a blade, it's like the front part has been ripped out, but then the back has this almost like a bundle, and you cut it open with the blade, and you see there are some human remains inside here, almost skeletal at this point, and there are some straps of what must have been some kind of leather armor, and there is a pouch there.
All right, I drag the skeleton out and I check the pouch.
Okay. As you lift it, you can hear the kind of crystals or something kind of mashing together, and you open it up and you kind of dazzled in a moment, and you see there are several gems in this pouch. There are 3 diamonds worth 250 gold pieces each, and there was 1 beautiful sapphire worth 300. And they're pretty large. I mean, they're like walnut size.
Nice. And the armor looking good quality?
No, it's ancient. It's just scraps.
Or Kiat.
Really, or Ciara. I mean, any form of defense could help.
Mm-hmm. No, you can't even really call it armor at this point. All
right. Well, at least found a little bit of cash for a trip back, but I think there's something. I peer into the little broken hole that's covered in rubble. It's like, I think there's something in there. It's glowing at least. Or shining, you said? Shining and glowing?
It's like some reflective metal in there. You don't know what it is.
Sorry, and what is it?
And behind the rubble to the next stairwell. I mean, hey, cast the flame again. See if it lights up in there.
Yeah, and once again, the flame just leaps forward out of your hand, lighting up everything, and it's super bright with this many stone on top of it. It's like a little white sun there. Yeah,
it's just super bright. We don't see what's inside.
It's super bright. Yeah, like it does. It's almost harder to see now because it's just like, oh my god, you're trying to stare into it.
No, stop.
Just because you told me.
I know. My own fault. And the rubble looks really heavy. Not easy to move.
No.
Crowbar. Okay.
What about for a weasel to go in?
Or
or
Yeah.
a fire could probably meld through it.
Yeah.
Our friend.
Our
Arky go
teleporting
through there?
friend. Our
Arky could
teleporting friend.
teleport there.
I mean, it's not an open space. It looks like it's just, it's just a pile of boulders, and you just happen to see kind of through a bit of a gap that there's something reflective in there. It looks like you would have to remove a considerable amount, but it can be done. I mean, it is a loose pile. It'd probably take you some time.
Let's put the weasels on it. There's 8 of them. While we do other stuff.
They're not very strong.
Yeah, I doubt
They're
they can
giant
move.
weasels.
But this is heavy stone.
Okay.
Rocks. Wait, are you talking to move the stone or to just send them in to like dig around inside the area?
Apparently that's... Can they do that, Judd?
No, I don't think so.
No?
I mean, like, these
No.
are
Okay.
heavy, huge pieces of stone. And there's not
All
a
right.
lot of gaps between, so like they can't even like squeeze. They're giant. They can't squeeze in.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah. Yep.
You want to help me with this? There might be something behind here.
Yeah, let's give it a
Looks
go.
We're all working together. I got a crowbar.
Okay.
I start to rest in case this is gonna take a while.
Yeah, and you can see really quickly, Ariset, that this is going to take a while. Like,
Yeah.
it's first of all, it's like a jigsaw puzzle because it's all locked in together. So Hortzak's trying to pull, can't dislodge, goes to the top of the pile and manages to free like some smaller stones and throwing them down, throwing them away. And 10 minutes later, hardly made a dent, but he's going to keep going.
I think we should move on.
Are we
There's no.
clearing some space? Like to see what's in there?
We've got to keep moving.
So to give you an idea, it's maybe like 1.5 feet off the ground and maybe 3, 4, maybe 5 feet deep. So there's a lot of weight on top of it, but it can be done if you guys want to take the time to do it. I mean, at this rate, you're guessing it's probably going to be a couple hours to shift all this out of there.
We don't have the time.
Rika, don't you have can't you do the thing with your hand?
It's
Mage hand.
10 pounds.
Is this the only way out?
No, there's another door.
There's another door
There's
over there.
another door?
Set with
Yeah.
yes, there's a door that has the crystal on it that we just need to put it in and open it.
No. Okay, let's
Keep
do that one.
moving. Let's
But
do
we
that.
we might need. I mean, that might take us very, very close to the final step of getting to the temple. Who's hurt?
Yes.
How badly?
Still pretty badly. Yeah, I still got a kind of hole in me.
Me too.
Should we? You helped. No, it helped. Believe me, it was a big hole.
Would have cast something else if I was going to heal more than one person.
Don't worry. You want to just take a quick rest? We'll relax a bit and then we'll go through the door. Real quick, short.
Will it help?
It'll help me. Hortzak, will it help you?
I mean, yeah, rest.
And he sees like wiping crocodile sweat off his forehead. I mean,
It's like salt water.
yeah, totally.
I mean, I'm kind of curious what is in here, but I am tired, and maybe we can always come back for this after if we live.
I mean, if it only takes a few hours to dig this out, I'm a sage. I'm a researcher. It's kind of my deal.
Listen, whoever needs to rest, and whoever doesn't, dig.
Do we have the time?
Well, it's going to take an
Well-
hour for people to just.
Please. I mean, I'd rather we do this safely than we do this rushed. And if we could dig
Right.
and rest at the same time, that would be a big help.
All right.
And we're about to meet perhaps one of the biggest puzzle pieces of destroying these enemies. I'd like to be in top shape for it.
All right.
And whatever in there may help us. So, the same.
I'll dig for the next half an hour with my weasel. As however long they can stay.
Yeah, I'm
take a
definitely gonna say the weasels aren't gonna help you. Not with this stone, but
Dad, can I
DM.
give my
what's it?
is my rapier strong enough to give like leverage if I let somebody borrow it while I rest? Where like they can pry?
I mean, I think you would know that you would not want to do that with that blade. It's even though it's magical,
Yeah.
it's not. You wouldn't do that.
Snap.
You would protect your
Ruin
blade.
things.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
That blade is special to you. You wouldn't use it as a crowbar.
Okay.
Here, you can take my crowbar.
Well,
Yeah, Kyon.
That's much better.
This is maybe a little metagamey. Has Angarica ever seen a honey badger before? A giant honey badger?
I don't see why I wouldn't have.
Are there honey badgers in Anacroli? Well, or the analog to honey badgers in Anacroli? Let's let the dice decide, shall we?
Okay.
No.
No badgers.
Wait, what was your idea though? I want to know.
Honey badgers can dig.
Yeah.
Giant honey badgers, which druids can turn into.
Okay, but I'm not going to cast another.
But you can do a wild. You can do a wild shape and turn into a giant honey badger and then dig.
She only has like one left after this.
Yeah.
This is actually
Unless I
less,
take a long
this is
rest
less digging,
or a
by the
short
way.
rest.
This is really manual labor. This is lifting pieces of really heavy stone slab and moving it, together. This is really manual, heavy labor. Just to give you an
it's
idea.
just like Egyptians did to build the pyramids.
That's it. That's it. Yeah.
And so, sorry, just to be clear, there is a hole, and through there we can see something shiny.
You just see something shiny. Yeah, you don't know what it is.
Wait, so how? Why don't we send Sparky through it and just?
What?
grab it?
Angarica's mage hand.
Yeah. Well, that's what I thought.
He
Mage
said
Hand. I
it's
thought
not.
No, Mage
It was
Hand.
canceled.
Can't pull it out, but if
Okay.
Sparky can go, well, can Sparky talk? It's like, can you tell us what's in there, Sparky? Actually, you know what? Hold on. I pull Cause and can I put Cause in there to
Oh my
hop
God.
over and look at it?
So again,
Jen
it's
is
like
saying no.
No, okay.
I'm obviously not doing. I'm not doing a good job explaining what you guys are seeing. It's like
I got
imagine a whole bunch of really big, heavy stones compacted, and you see this like 1 or 2 inch little gap that's going down between stone, and somewhere in there you see like a little glint of some metal shining back. And so, I mean, it would be something very small could go in there and report back.
So yeah, I mean, it might be a shield or something like that. So why don't we take a rest
Right.
who needs it? And we're like I said, I'm pulling rocks.
Yes, pull rocks.
We have 4 hours. I will turn into an earthworm
No,
and
don't
go
start
in there and see what it is, as long as I can rest up afterward.
Okay, I think labor is fine.
We're just looking for a short rest, and then I've been like 15 minutes ago. I've been pulling stones out. I don't need to rest, so I'm crowbarring and moving stones, and whoever wants to help. Whoever needs a rest, take a short rest.
I'm playing checkers with Sparky.
After my first rest, I get in there with a crowbar and help too, and just so we can get this.
Cool. We'll get it done. We'll get it done.
I mean, come on.
Cool.
I mean, they don't
There's
know we're in
something
here.
shiny,
so
Judd.
It's shiny.
We're not in
Hey.
any rush.
Hey,
So.
I mean, you guys
Yes, we
explored,
are.
and you
Well,
hit
they
the,
don't know we're here, so it doesn't matter. I mean,
Why have I been rushing?
Perfect.
they don't have we have what they need, so they can't do anything more.
Okay.
I do want to say, and Ciara moves forward. I do want to say one thing, that Onusha's power seems to be growing.
By the hour, by the day, or what are we doing here?
It was growing stronger as I was there. I don't know in what increments, but definitely when it was first unlocked, you could feel the power in the chamber, and then you could feel the power anywhere in the temple, and then it's been reaching out. It's growing. I don't know that it matters. I just thought of that.
Mental notes.
Who
we
wants
can
the
come
shiny
back.
thing?
I do want the shiny thing, but we can come back and continue this dig.
Agreed. Okay, let's go open the other door.
All
All right. Blade out.
Anybody need to rest? Everybody hurting? Everybody all right?
Did we take a short rest? I'll take a short rest.
Keon?
Wait,
Whoever
how long
was
is a
not-
short rest?
Short rest is an hour. If you guys want to wait an hour, anybody who was not digging can take a short rest.
Yeah, I'll take a
Anybody
short
who's
rest and get some
digging
wild
is
shapes back.
I have a technical question. If it says here I do a hit die 1d10 plus 2 times total :6. What does that mean for me? Does that mean I roll my d10 6 times, or what?
You can roll your d10 6 times. You can roll it as many times. You get a certain number of hit dice per long rest.
Yeah, and it resets on a long rest. So when you do a short rest, you can.
So that's how many points I can
you have up to 6 d10s that you can roll. Yeah. And you can split that up if you want to do like 2 now or 3
that's what
now
I mean.
and then some more at the next short rest. But once you use them all up, you have to wait for a long rest for those all to reset.
Gotcha.
Wait, so we're about to take a short rest.
Yeah, we're
so
gonna take a
I
quick
can
break.
just real quick, turn into an ant, go in there, see what's up, and come back out, and then
Okay.
I'm gonna take a short rest.
Okay,
Okay, I like it. I like it.
I'm gonna turn into an ant.
Yeah, and you scurry in there. You see, as you get closer, that it's some kind of an armor set. There's a skeleton. There's a skeleton in it. The armor is white.
Come on, look at his face.
This is amazing.
Look at his face.
And that's basically, I mean, that's all you can see really from what is not completely covered and pinned under this rubble. But
Okay.
yeah.
Hey,
If she just says nothing. Oh, that's nothing.
There's an old dagger.
It's a dinner plate.
I turn
Platter.
into Rika. Oh, we'll come back for it later. It doesn't look like it's anything much. I think we should keep going.
All right, we're looking at like dinner plates. We're looking for. I mean, just what if it's just like a plate? I don't want to come back for it.
I couldn't tell exactly what it was, but it didn't look very important.
No, then we'll never come back here.
All right, fine then. Let's go.
All right.
Rika, roll a
we'll go-
deception check for me.
We'll go through a.
Well, I wasn't. Okay.
I mean, you are.
I know. Oh crap! I have +0.
Do we need to roll insight?
You can, yeah.
10? A 10?
All right, now it's contested, so.
With the
We're obviously getting this damn thing. Let's just tear the thing.
So that was a 22, but I'm at disadvantage because I'm tired.
Oh, yeah.
I've got a point of it.
I rolled a dirty 20, so. Rika, do you often lie to people? I mean, to my face, it's a little insulting, but.
Are you gonna try to prove me wrong?
I mean, I guess we're gonna spend hours.
Let's look at what's more important. You trying to see if maybe I'm lying, or we continue on with our quest?
It depends. I don't know you. You're kind of a stranger. It depends. If it's something important that is helpful to the elves' quest, I mean, I'm pretty curious.
The power is growing stronger. We've got to keep moving.
I look at Seville, Keon, Ari. What do you want?
Why are you lying? I rolled a 14 on my disadvantage check.
Sorry, what?
Why are you lying?
I'm not lying.
You are lying.
You're lying.
And that is how gaslighting got invented.
Rika did it.
That's kidding.
Swamp gas, all that.
I'm not invisible. You're invisible. All right.
Yeah,
We've been here
don't you
for
want to
20
keep-
minutes. What are we
Let's
doing?
keep going.
You've been
Well,
here
I've
an
got to
hour.
take a quick hour rest.
Oh, we
and then,
gotta.
We already got
So-
an hour.
Okay. Yeah.
well,
let's
I'm
get a
going to
rest.
sleep, everybody, and I go to sleep.
Okay.
That's not how short rests work.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
You
How
got
do
a
they
bandage
work?
up.
It's like an hour.
You can do anything except anything like laborious.
Oh, she doesn't
You
have to bandage.
You can just sit and
Okay,
chill,
can I
yeah.
sit and cross my arms and
and glare? Yeah.
rad about it? Yeah.
Yeah, you can totally
Okay.
do that. Hornsack's over there
quick.
still trying to move rocks, by the way. And
How's it going?
he is stuck on one that he cannot shift. He is.
Here,
you see him. He's just and muscles bulging, and he just can't get this huge slab.
Here, I'll help him. I'll crowbar. Let's go.
Okay. All right.
I'll spend the time.
Okay. All right. So it's been 1 hour already, and he's cleared rubble out of the top of the door. This is maybe like a good foot and a half cleared down. This is a big piece that he's uncovered though, and he's trying to get it. And you come up and help. You don't have to roll. I'm just gonna say that after prying and pulling, you managed to dislodge it, and it slides down, landing on the bottom of the floor.
Seville,
Yeah.
why don't you get your rope and see if you could tie one around some of the smaller boulders and help pull them off? That might give you some leverage.
Sure. Yeah. So my crowbar and rocks have not been working. My sound, all of a sudden I froze up, so I don't know what happened.
Oh, I didn't know you had a crowbar out.
I've had it for, like I said, it for like the last hour. I've got a crowbar doing rock.
Crowbar. We're crowbarring.
Well, everybody was arguing. I'm doing the rocks.
Oh, okay, so
I thought we
you're
were
over
short
helping-
resting.
Helping.
Yeah,
Hortzag.
I've been doing it the whole time.
Okay, good. All right. So then I'll double it. I'll say you guys are like, almost 4 feet down from the top of the door frame now. It's maybe like another 30, 40 minutes, you think, probably to get to it.
All right, we're almost there. Come on, Keon. Come on, let's get the shiny.
Can the weasels? The weasels are still here.
Gone. No,
No,
they
they're
were
gone.
only for an
Yeah.
hour. Yeah.
Oh, an hour. Okay.
All
I
right.
still
how about
Sparky, though. I think he's
in
3 hours.
In the interest of time, let's jump ahead. Since you guys are clearly not going to give up on this.
No, we're getting it.
And you're in a locked
The
chamber,
shiny.
so there's really nothing else that's going to come and bother you. So
Yeah, this might help in the battle.
after some
Keon.
like long, hard sweat and tears, you uncover a skeleton wearing this beautiful white. It's obviously magical because it's not aged, and the body that was in it is gone essentially, except for its skeleton. It's not dented. It is like it's been just wedged in there, and on the front has these like angel wings in gold on this otherwise white. Looks like kind of like enamel covered, beautiful half plate armor.
I look at it and I look at Keon. It's like, almost the same wings, right? You know this guy?
It's actually very different.
Oh, how different?
These are just
hummingbird.
wings, very kind of like match the angel sculptures that kind of just go out. And the symbol on Keon's armor is like the head of a bird. Almost looks like maybe a hummingbird in a circle.
Not my style. Veruca.
Yeah.
I look good on you.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
I'm gonna give it a I guess I'll try it out, see what it's like. I mean, if you're not gonna put it on.
Not the girl that doesn't have any armor.
Yeah, fine. The girl who didn't want us to find us can have the armor. There you go.
Yeah.
Not me.
Oh, okay.
The girl, the little girl.
Literally the girl.
the little girl in the. I lift up the armor. How heavy is it?
It's not heavy. It's surprisingly light. But she's like,
Who wears
no,
it?
No.
Ariset?
Yeah, stuff you in it.
You sure?
Yeah, stuff you in it. Come on.
Someone's got to wear this thing.
Jan, you don't want it? I mean, I'd hate for our work to go to waste. Okay, great, sure. And I try it on.
Okay.
Get her doffed in it, or donned in it, strapped in.
Okay.
Was this worth it?
We'll find out.
Yeah, it's worth it. It's pretty cool. Ariset, I'll send you those details. But since we've been bogged down a little bit, I'll just say you feel like you're tougher. You're definitely going to be harder to hit in this thing. And it has kind of a radiant glow to it. You all see that as soon as she dons it, it just slowly starts to glow, and there's an aura about her while she wears this. Won't be
Thank you
very
all.
stealthy, but
Very, very much.
I mean,
Thank you.
you'll be drawing a lot of fire in it, which I appreciate, but hey, we got it out. It shines, and I appreciate this.
Does anyone want to consider the fact that there was a dead person in this who was clearly beaten
By
by
rocks.
monsters here?
I'm pretty sure the rocks did that.
It's not very good armor, then, is it?
I mean, the armor was fine. I mean, man trapped in rubble. That's a little bit trickier to do.
Truthfully, the armor's not very dented, so maybe it was good armor. But anyway, let's move on, because I think how long have we been here?
I'm gonna say it's been about 2 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're nowhere near getting enough rest for it to really be a long rest.
Oh, we took a great rest before.
Yeah,
I mean, if you guys.
Except me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm ready, but are you, Veruca?
I'm fine. I got a hole in me. I've been full of holes before.
Then let's do this. I'm so excited. think if we continue to go quickly enough, we can ambush them.
Just don't jump down blind holes next time.
Yes. Okay, maybe.
How are your ankles doing?
I promise I won't. They're okay. Thanks for asking.
Okay, so where's
Well,
the
all
store?
right, let's get out of here.
Door's over here on the other side.
Okay.
All right.
Just be
Let's
ready,
do it.
because this might be the heart of the temple.
We'll find out. Or maybe more snakes. Lots and lots more snakes.
All right.
Spiders, maybe
There's
crocodile.
You want to use the crystal and open this up?
Sure. I take it out.
Okay.
Leon, why don't you do the honors?
Yeah, I was just about to say that if this is going to be the heart of the temple, I should probably be going first. And I will place the crystal.
Okay. Once again, you see that beautiful purple glow, and the door opens, and air gushes out at you once again. This one depressurizing. Stale old air, no scent. It's clean. Other than that, just smells kind of ancient. And before you see a stairwell, a shorter one though. You can see that it just kind of curves down, like a half curve down, going down about like one floor.
Oh, Sierra, how do you know how tall the falls are? I mean, how far is the entrance from the top of the falls?
I'd say maybe 200 feet.
I mean, I think that's going to be our landing then, because I think if this is the last bit, we're going to be right next to the entrance, depending on how far further it goes down. Just a note.
It's my best guess anyway.
All right,
All
let's
right, you
go.
guys moving in?
Yes.
Moving on in.
Okay. This next hallway is a lot like the first. It's very clean. There are no markings of any kind. The only thing that you see is right inside the bottom of the stairs as you enter this hallway. There's some kind of a rack right there. Anybody wants to do an investigation check? It's empty.
I do.
But go ahead.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, that's a 10. I don't know if anyone else wants to look at it.
I did, but I rolled the wrong dice.
Sure.
All right, that's better. That is a 14.
Okay. This is, it's clearly a weapon rack of some kind. It looks like it held spears, swords, maybe shield, or maybe some armor. There are different pegs and different configurations here. It's all empty right now.
There's nothing left in it.
No, it's
Okay.
empty.
Let's keep moving.
You move down the hall 60 feet. At the other end is another staircase. There's no door here. This one looks like your very first staircase. It looks like it winds down.
Not collapsed.
Nope, it's
I'm going to listen just for any sound that's happening. Maybe take a step or two down and listen.
do a perception check.
12.
Yeah, it's completely silent.
Anything?
Maybe you can hear a little bit of that distant waterfall still, because unless you shut the door behind you. That's it.
All right. Let's head down.
Okay.
Do it.
You go down maybe
Quiet
about 40 feet, and there's another door. This one's different though than the ones you saw before. There's no room for a gym, but there is celestial writing on it, which Ariset you recognize immediately. There's over the top of the doorway. Where did I write it? Oh, here it is. There's an inscription that says Imsil Si Sul, which means the Hall of Ancestors. And on the door itself, it says Huul Hiwul Op Pe. Yes, it's celestial. Which
Nice one, dude.
means
Nice one.
I like it.
Thank you. Which means enlightenment opens all doors.
opens all doors. This was a holy place. This was one of the hubs. And that's why Fornuge, or maybe the necromancers, I'm not sure which, but tried to destroy it. That's what this is definitely part of how they were able to prevent the gods from coming back in. They did something here, but if we can get to the temple, I believe we may be able to reverse what they've done.
It says enlightenment opens all doors, right?
Yes.
All right. That's some enlightenment.
Yes.
Did you just? What did you say?
I said, I think if we can get to the heart of the temple, we may be able to reverse.
No. You said prevent the gods
From entering.
What?
Yes. I think that's, from what we've pieced together, this realm has been sealed off somehow from the gods, almost completely. I don't know how they did it, and I don't know exactly who did it, I don't think. There are two different factions, and I think it's possible that the Fornuge started it, but now the necromancers are competing to replace it. But whatever it is, the bottom line is that the gods have been sealed off, but they're there. They're trying to find their way back in. If we could just crack the seal.
Wait. There's something in there. You said the necromancers are not working with Fornuge, they're competing?
No,
Wait, what's going on?
listen, there's a archmage Drevin. The necromancers used to be with them,
Yes.
but Drevin double-crossed the necromancers. They split.
Okay.
Something that this wizard did, this archwizard did, he has sealed off this realm from the gods. And these temples, these sites, are important to bringing a god back, and that's for news. The necromancers want revenge on Drevin for his double cross.
But what I've never been
they
able to
think-
understand is they both seem.
Yes, we don't know who's worse, the archmage or the necromancers, but the necromancers want Fornuge back so they can extract revenge on Drevin.
Noted. Okay. And DM,
Yeah.
the door, it said something about the Hall of the Dead, right? On the door?
Hall of the Ancestors.
All of the ancestors. Okay, and do we see any way to open it?
Nope. There's just the inscription.
Again, so this, I'll let everyone know, this leads to apparently the Hall of the Ancestors, and you need some enlightenment to open it. Does this mean anything to anyone?
Maybe.
Light.
It depends, yes. It depends if they mean enlightenment or in light.
Can we light a torch and see?
I'll draw
ready?
my. I'll draw
Are we
my
ready to keep moving?
Yes.
We're trying.
Yes.
All right, so let's.
I'll draw Annual and see if the light and the runes on my sword does anything to the door.
Seville, you pull Annuil out, and as you unsheath it, the gem immediately glows with that beautiful, bright, cyan-colored light, and the door like moves in and starts splitting apart, and you watch as
That was easy.
it opens up before you and revealing a long chamber, columns down each side, crystals, these 2-foot-long crystals on each column. The whole chamber is lit up already with this beautiful kind of golden light, and in the center of the chamber is a golden and blue dais that's raised up with 3 huge crystal gems that are floating there in that space. And as you take a step in, and there's a warmth. The air here smells completely fresh, like just after a rain. You feel warm and comforted just by being there, and you almost, it's as if you hear music playing in the background, which I can't quite make loud enough. You hear sounds, and slowly the door closes behind you. And
Should have kept my cape for that.
as you move, you see each of these crystals lights up in tlin, tlin, tlin. You hear 3 voices, one after another, and there's a pause. Tlin, tlin, tlin. They seem to echo each other, almost speaking at one, saying exactly the same thing, but trailing in an echoing manner.
What language is it?
It's celestial, and they're saying hello.
They're saying hello to us.
Are they?
They're welcoming
Bravo,
us.
DM.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
I said bravo. I said bravo.
Oh, I thought you said, oh, damn, sorry.
All right. I'll go examine the diocese and see if the sound gets louder.
Does anybody say anything back, or are you just...
Yes, I answer hello back with the sword drawn still.
And you hear, oh, you are not Orun. And this is all in common now.
Oh.
Oh shit. Arun?
Welcome.
Who are you?
And we're gonna leave it there tonight. I'm sorry, I'm trying to like have a perfect narrative beat, but I'm just like, you guys ask too many questions. Shut up.
It's like, what's this? Who are you?
I know.
Hi.
Yeah, so as you kind of take a step closer to these glowing crystals, and they're starting to communicate with you, the doors closing behind, locking out all of the horrors that you've seen, and feeling, for the first time in quite a while, completely safe and comfortable, even in this brief moment. We will leave it there tonight. We'll be back next week to see what happens, to see just how close you are to this temple. I'm thinking pretty close.
No, we'll get there.
Oh, Arun! Finally, that freaking name.
What? Means
You guys don't know. This
Don't tell
came
us.
up
Not-
so
Not yet.
long. I don't think anybody remembers, but I've been
You're the only
holding
one.
on to this name.
And it's and I don't want to make you feel bad, but it's a different name. This is Orun. Not
Son of a bitch.
Not Arun. Sorry, buddy.
Oh, okay, not Arun.
Those sound the same.
I was like, can I get through? Is there any way I could throw him this bone? Absolutely not. I can't. It's totally different things.
Nothing
Wait,
good for.
So this is Orun?
This is Orun.
Orun.
Yeah.
Orun.
O-R-U-N.
Yeah. Okay, we're not gonna make a note. Not Arun.
No, sorry, buddy.
Okay, because I was like, damn, that name. Where's that?
Don't worry. That's the long game. That's campaign 3. You're gonna get the payoff for that for Adrian.
Nice.
All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight and playing some motherfucking D&D.
Yeah.
I honestly thought that
giveaway.
snake was gonna be.
Got a giveaway?
I don't think we're doing the giveaway tonight. It's you have to.
Yeah, we're not
it's
there yet.
It's a big giveaway. You got to go. But thank you. Great reminder. If you're just joining us and you haven't already, check our socials. See our big giveaway we got. Go log in, do all the things, get all the entries. We're giving away Skull Splitter dice, a dice holder in the shape of a skull. It's badass. A dice tray, and role players merch. So you do not want to miss out on this one.
Exactly.
And I think we're having like 2 or 3 winners actually on that one. So not just one winner.
Cool.
So get on it, everybody. Yeah, I think that's it.
Down on it.
Y'all did great. Again, I thought that snake was gonna really hurt y'all. It was made to hurt you, but
The weasel move was really
Oh,
brilliant
yeah.
because it's a single target attacker, right? So like getting swarmed by
It was so
weasels.
confusing.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
That
I
was
got
really
double
smart, though.
sworn. That was like 16 attackers.
I know.
Plus all of Faruka's selves. Oh my god.
I know. Yeah.
weaseled her way out of that one.
Well,
I
you
missed
guys,
every time. Damn.
you guys are playing quite well. Very smart. I'm really excited to see what happens. And the next episode's going to be big, everybody. So make sure that you're back with us next Friday. Don't miss it. Don't miss it.
my
We want to see you there.
Hundreds of enemies.
Yeah, this would be a good time.
It's gonna be Craig.
Great session, Judd. That was awesome.
Oh,
Yes,
thanks, brother.
thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank
Work
for
on the
that.
Celestial. That was wicked. I was blown away.
It's tough because two of
Love
those
the
words are like
language.
the same almost. You have to
Yeah.
different pronunciation.
All the phonetics.
Yes. Well, once again, we love you, everybody. Have a wonderful, safe weekend. We'll see you next week. Thanks for playing with us. Let's look out for each other. Love you all. Bye.
Take care, guys.